DJ Creator.
Go. It's foul. This is the HEATMIX96FM, the streets lit. DJ Creator, good looks, cause the beat's thick. Ill flow that'll make you seasick. Plus your next track, the hottest radio syndication live streaming network. It's major, the flavor, sharp shape like a razor. Ferrari transformer.
DJ Creator.
On a fader. Yeah, you know how we do it, show and prove. Make it move when he's spewing up the music, spit to earn. Every little twist and turn, quick to burn. Show glow when it hits the burn. Get fit to learn. That's it like when you hit the shirt. You get hit with a full clip, then to split the curve. Yeah, smash is fast, you know it's missing. No man, traveling man on a lonely mission. You always gotta bring that heat if you only listen. Heat DJs, we rock with this coalition, yeah.
Tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with Heat DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Salute and support. This is the Ferrari Transformer DJ Creator representing the Heat DJs, HEATMIX96FM. Today we're doing an official radio syndication interview today with Christian L, the R&B Ruger. Recently had a release out on BET for Asking for Help. He's here with us today. We got AVO Dre with us from Mud's Baby Records. Yeah, man, I'm going to play a couple tracks. I'm going to get right into the interview. Stay tuned and let everybody know we here. Let's get it.
DJ Creator, drop that heat, damn it.
Lay beats, this go crazy.
DJ Creator is about to blaze up the radio syndication airwaves with another exclusive banger.
Heat DJ.
DJ Creator.
Don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. The weather stay the same, but a lot of things change. How can I complain? Every day's a new day. So don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. The weather stay the same, but a lot of things change. Like, how can I complain when every day's a new day? Every day is a new day, so I'ma ball hard and I ain't talking 2K. I be in the stew like vegetables, I got the juice, ayy. Gotta learn to love yourself, they won't love you like you, ayy. I used to be complaining, and now I get on beats and get producers placements. I gave my heart away and now that place is vacant. My heart is gone and somehow I still feel it aching. But everything's gonna be all good, cause I know I got me, and that's all I need. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a mud baby, and it's just me and the team. And this ain't just about me, this is about you too. Cause you're just like me, and I'm just like you. And at the end of the day, we gon' see things through. Oh God.
DJ Creator. DJ Creator, bringing that heat.
Look, it's like if you give your heart away, then you gon' learn the harder way. Cause they gon' break your heart, then they gon' take your heart real far away. And if you ever feel away, just know that I'm a call away. But if I don't pick up, it's cause I'm ballin' hard like Hardaway. They talk about me every day, but they don't ever talk this way. They talk to Dre, get happy, count his money after math, I feel like Dr. Dre. Don't listen to them demons in your head, that's what the doctor said. I think his name was Dr. J. I'm a Polari in the bar with some hot tub, just to ease my mind, my heart gone, I know it's not close. I should've never shared my chips cause it was not chokes. Now I'm on the road, ducking the lawn, dodging potholes. I remember they ain't let me in like they was not home, so I was out there posted on that block right by the ox store. I done learned so many things just from coming up from that mud. They done took my heart away, now it's really hard to love. Don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. They said they'll stay the same, but a lot of things change. How can I complain? Every day's a new day. So don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. They said they'll stay the same, but a lot of things change. Like, how can I complain when every day's a new day? Everything's gon' be all good, cause I know I got me, and that's all I need. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a my baby, and it's just me and the team. And this ain't just about me, this is about you too. Cause you're just like me, and I'm just like you. And at the end of the day, we gon' see things through. Oh God.
DJ Creator, drop that heat, damn it.
enough for both of us. Do you know yourself, oh, do you know yourself what that to be enough? Every conversation going left fast, going through my phone, I don't get that. How can you really love me? Really don't lie. You tell the truth, baby, don't lie. Insecurities keep you up all night. Do you love yourself, or do you love yourself enough for both of us? How can you really love me? You really don't love me. Do you know yourself, or do you know yourself what that to be enough? I don't know what you're going through, but maybe you're enough. Please count it as enough. Put it on faces, but you're beautiful. Where's your confidence? You need more of it. You can love yourself, I'ma get back. Baby, tell the truth, how you get like that? How can you really love me? You really don't love me. It's so good, girl, you know the vibes. You're the only reason that I'm up all night. Do you love yourself, or do you love yourself enough for both of us? How can you really love me? You really don't love me. Do you know yourself, or do you know yourself what that to be enough?
Hey, I'm more than ready.
Do you love yourself, or do you love yourself enough for both of us? Do you know yourself, or do you know yourself what that to be enough?
Banging on your radio box, it's the Ferrari Transformer, DJ Creator, representing the Heat DJs. Time to transform.
Heavy salute, support going out to everybody. Heat DJs representing HEATMIX96FM, the hottest radio syndication live streaming network. My name's DJ Creator. Yo, shout out to all my Heat DJs tonight that was on the Heat DJs conference call, man. It was epic. Shout out to my guy Rampage. Shout out to Will Money, MJ, TJ Super from Radio Super. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in from worldwide right now. Today we have a special interview. I want to introduce to you guys, man. He's a Tens Across the Board award winner here at HEATMIX96FM, which means if you guys don't follow the review show, this is an exclusive interview tonight. You know, if you get the Tens Across the Board, you get the stellar placement on HEATMIX96FM, you get the sponsorship package, everything like that. But we actually got a chance to introduce everybody directly to Mr. Christian L, the R&B Ruger. How are you tonight, man? Appreciate you coming on the show with us here tonight, man. How are you?
I'm all right, man. How y'all doing out there, world? Shout out to 96 FM.
Yes, sir.
And said, thank y'all more than you can imagine.
Yeah, man, and I want to introduce my guy from Mud Baby Records. Got to sit with them in the studio today. He came on to kind of like represent the movement and everything like that. We have AVO Dre from Mud Baby Records and live from Two Lit Studios. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How's everybody doing today, man? Hey, big shout out to DJ Creator. Shout out to that man, Christian L, man, the legend, man. Don't play with it, stay with it. It's your boy, AVO Dre. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at AVO_Dre. We here live at Two Lit Studios, the legendary studios out in Reading, PA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. We just here, man. I'm ready for this interview. I'm ready to hear Christian talk about life and talk about himself and upcoming projects and a whole bunch of good stuff. So everybody tune in. Let's turn up, give our undivided attention over.
So let's talk about it, Christian L. I guess let's talk about the first things that probably you hear from every interview is what's your inspiration in music and why do you do it today?
Whew, man.
Or don't you get asked that? I don't know. I mean, I guess I will. If nobody asks you that, they should be asking you that. What's your inspiration for music today and why do you do it?
I would say my inspiration for music as a whole just kind of comes from my life's journey. You know, I think as, Black men in general, very rare that we feel like we have a safe space to be able to have conversations, right?
Is that right? Okay.
So because of it, a lot of us end up pouring our hearts, our thoughts, our minds directly into the music, right?
Is that right?
It's that one space where we know for sure that someone is going to listen, and if nobody is listening, it's okay, because you got to get on there and tell the truth and not just your truth. I heard Rampage say that tonight, and it's something that resonates with me so much, because I'm a big fan of telling the truth, not just your truth, and as an artist, when you're writing in between the lines, you can't spend your time frame lying. So, I make sure that I get on there and lay it all out on the line, no matter how painful, no matter how revealing, no matter how dark. I make sure to get on there and just lay it all out. So, my initial inspiration really came from needing a place to let it all go. And I watched it metamorphosize as I got better. I started off as a singer.
Oh, yeah.
And, and eventually as I watched my voice change over the years, and then just having different life experiences, where you go from the top of your class to sitting behind a wall. It can change your perspective and how your music itself comes and pours out of you.
I agree.
And, I watched as the ability to relate with the message changed completely as I started to rap. And I looked up, and now years later, from my time at Def Jam to my time now being independent, to being in a position as a man where it's always been important for me to be able to say something when I'm speaking. So my biggest inspiration right now, my son. Nice. My son Justice is my reason, my reason, my lifetime.
How old is your son?
He's 3 years old, man. And, he definitely keeps me pushing towards all things positive. Lets me know that anything is possible, period. Once you start looking and you see a little you running around somewhere,
it's different.
Man, it's such a different experience. So definitely shout out to Justice. I love you, my son. And my son's mother, she has been beyond inspirational in this process. I think just as artists, and Dre, I know that you can probably attest to this, and even you, creator, that sometimes when you have the wrong person in your world,
yes,
they can stagnate the process of creation, right?
Boy.
They might give you some ideas for you to write about, but the ability to bring it to fruition is something that generally can't happen when you have the wrong people in your world. So, I definitely thank her for telling me, listen, if you're going to do this, then do it all the way. So, she gave me the room to really put both feet into the game and be able to step back in. Said when my grandfather had passed in January of last year.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. He's definitely he said, I'm not even 1/1,000,000th of the man that he is, but he definitely, his death propelled me to go, all right, it's time. I've got to do this. And
sometimes it takes you to go through something to get to something,
You ain't never lie. And, with that, I had dropped a single, and I couldn't get it on streaming platforms anywhere. I was so frustrated. I had
Why is that? What happened there?
Submissions. It honestly, I was getting held back by artwork.
Oh man, what? Really?
By my artwork, and but I wasn't getting a reason for being held back. I had 48 submissions of tracks before my first track was approved, and that track was called "Through the Pain." So it wasn't meant to be my first single, but I was just happy that it came out. And the first person to hear it, to give me a a shout out was Jadakiss.
Oh wow.
You know, when he reached out and was just like, I like that, man. You know, what you doing with this track? And we had a really great conversation. And then afterwards, you know, put me in a position to be able to sit on the phone with the right people. And they were just like, look, can you rap? We like.
Can you rap?
Yeah, can you rap? Because, you know, you look like a corporate guy.
What kind of question is this?
Talking filthy on these tracks. So let me hear something.
On the review show, you've seen the review show hopefully a couple times. Not all rap has to be trap. Not all rap has to be boom bap. All rap can be different. It can touch people different ways. But I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. I just want to put that out there.
And that's my whole thing, right? You know, to have music that has a message, but it can be just as hard without you being in a position where every line that you have is a drug flip, you know, or every bar that you spit is, you know,
it's about a relationship.
Line is a curse, you know,
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not necessarily my style. So for me, and shout out to the brothers that is their style, you know. There's definitely a lane for all of us.
Sure there is.
You know, I just made sure that the lane that I drive in, I do my best to make sure that I stand at the top of it.
We had this conversation today. To be honest with you, Christian, it's funny you said that because we had that conversation today at the studio. We really did. But I actually like that the fact that so where did it go from there? Can you rap? Where did it? Did you just start rapping? Like what was the in front of Jadakiss or what was the?
Yeah, and he's like, you know, give me 30 minutes, and 30 minutes later, I hopped on a Zoom call, and you know, God bless. Yeah.
So you just wrote a rap right there.
Rapped right there, and you know, had a bunch of different execs on the call. And one of the people who I have met along my journey, who has truly blessed me, was Brother Wise McGriff. Wise McGriff is the executive director of marketing at Def Jam.
I was going to ask you to talk about Def Jam a little bit, if you don't mind. Yeah, that'd be good.
And also the lead consultant for 300 Entertainment.
Okay, I've actually heard of them. I've heard of 300 Entertainment before. I actually have heard of them. Mm-hmm.
300 Entertainment is the label that was started by Kevin Lyles and by Leor Cohen.
Okay.
They just recently sold the label, but Kevin has remained on as CEO for 300 and continues on also at Warner Music Group, I believe. And
awesome.
You know, I'm going to say Wise definitely. He's been such a blessing. So, you know, shout out to Wise McGriff. The McGriff family definitely contributed to hip hop in ways that many of us, that if we don't really know hip hop history, you know, if you've ever heard of the Supreme Team, they really put hip hop in a position to be able to get out there. And Wise signed everybody from LL Cool J up to 2 Chainz.
Wow.
And, you know, in meeting him, what he said to me was, I'm your mentor, not your manager. You know, I believe in your talent. I believe in your personality as a man. So when there's an event, I'll put you in the room with the right people. I want to believe that your personality will take you where you need to go. I think your music will take you where you need to go. And since then, it's been nothing but up. And, you know, staying committed to the process, making sure that I've continued to be me when it comes to my music. I think that as you start to have musical success, sometimes some of us look to be people that sound like whatever the rest of the industry sounds like. And I am completely committed to
changing it
not
all up.
Being that person.
Well, that doesn't sounding like everybody else doesn't work for radio syndication. As you know, radio syndication, we had this conversation as well today too in the studio, is that difference is a key factor into making a difference on how the world moves. So, and that goes the same way with music, that goes the same way with business, that goes the same way with people. As long as you're moving different, people are going to wonder what you're doing, and they're going to want to talk about you more. and I said this today too as well, Christian. I don't know if you go by this too. The more that people are talking about you, the more they're gonna want to have a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that that's a key element with you and your music, that you're moving differently. You know?
Hey, listen, thank you.
Yeah, man.
I think I learned as a very young man stepping into this that your creativity and your personality were your key. Naturally, I never saw the shift coming that happened within the music business within the last 10 years, where we shifted extremely from physical copies to digital copies. So now that music is consumed so differently, it definitely changes how you have to present yourself as an artist, right? You need to be a lot more active, unless you were somebody who was extremely relative and present during a time frame where music still had physical distribution. So now you recognize that you're selling a brand along with your music. Oftentimes you're selling your brand first, and that will be what propel people to continue to listen to your music or even listen to it in the first place. I know that that's an area that I probably need to work on a lot more. As an artist who has 32.6 million streams on Apple Music right now.
Good job.
It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because you look for,
You said 32.6 million streams on
32.6 million streams on Apple Music.
Wow,
and to be in a position where you feel like, well, Majors, where are you at? Come and get me.
I'm sorry, you said you got
32.6.
Yeah, congratulations, my brother. Can everybody just give him a round of applause
man,
right now?
That's 32. The number was 32.6 million.
Yes, Lord.
Are you sure? No. Thank you, AVO Dre, for that. And that's true, man. The number was 32.6 million, and you're saying Majors, come and get me. Now, here's the real question, and I don't hold no grass when I talk, and you can mow it down however you want to. But is that what you really want, or do you think the independent side is the way to go? Is it something that you want to do? Is sign? I mean, because I guess that's what everybody's wondering. I guess when you say that,
I think there's a mixture between the two, right?
Okay. What would you? So give us a way you would do it. Yeah, a way you would approach.
As an independent artist, right? It means that you need a team of people around you that are dedicated to the process when the money isn't coming, right? Someone that's going to be there to handle promo, someone that's going to be there to handle marketing, someone that is going to be there to deal with merch, someone who is going to handle the points of artistry that you may not be familiar with, whether it is mixing and mastering.
Right.
It gives you the opportunity to focus on solely being an artist, right? Now, naturally, that's also the same advantage of being signed, right? The goal is to get to a position where you can focus on straight artistry. The advantage of being independent, though, is to not worry about the gatekeepers saying, we're signing you to this 3-album deal. We want 2 mixtapes from you. You're guaranteed 100 shows. But if your first album isn't doing the numbers that they're projecting, and that could possibly be happening because of a lack of promo, or the wrong single that they believe is the single that they want to put out, now this is where you have an issue at, right? I think in any business, it's about maintaining creative control as an artist, right? I think a lot of us are quick to use the word ownership when it comes to independence.
Facts.
Right?
Yep.
I would say that when it comes to ownership, if you have 300 songs that you have poured your heart into and you own them all, but you have a total of 117 streams, what is the value in your ownership?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So for me, it's it's more so about, are you making the right business decision when it comes to your music and not just the personal decision? I never want to be in a position where I am going to be locked down in a contract that does not allow me
to move,
creative freedom,
to breathe, to write,
and the ability to breathe, to write, to provide for my family, you know, or to be, and tell people I am not a 21-year-old artist, right? And I guess the blessing about being a seasoned artist is being in a position where I'm no longer influenced by whatever the current trend of sound is, right?
Yeah.
I have made a decision about the man that I'm going to be regardless. So there is no label that can come to me and say, we want you to make a track that sounds like the Migos. Because while I can very easily, the brother be talking, they feel like I gotta go get it. You know that I could very easily step into that flow pocket.
Bars. Instant bars.
Because it's not an original flow pocket. It's not something that was significant solely to the Migos. That flow pocket was happening in the 80s, the late 90s, the early 2000s, if you're a student of the game. But the one thing that I said was, it's not me, right? So if it's not me, then that's what you're never going to make me be. So until the right major steps forward to say, not only do you get to be you because we love the artist that you are, we love the message that you present, then independent is where I'll be. And while they lick their chops and they salivate, and you know, as the deals begin to lay on the table now at this particular point, we try to tell people make it make sense, right? Because we're no longer ignorant as artists.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yo, Creator, we was talking about that
today. Go ahead, AVO. Go ahead, talk about it, AVO. Let them know.
We was talking about that, Creator. Yo,
this is like the third time we've heard this today, Christian. I'm sorry about that, but this is the third time today we've heard this.
But every day we talking about things and it's happening. Other people talking about it. Other people saying it's a beautiful thing. I love where your mindset is. You're on the right path, and it's a beautiful thing to sit here and be able to listen. And I'm thankful, and I'm grateful. So continue. Go ahead.
AVO, he does that when he sees something that that's relatable. He'll laugh about it because he's laughing with you because it's not.
Yeah, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's that real to me.
Relatable. Oh, that means it's touching home.
I got. It's that real to me. That's the only emotion I can show. It's like
It's like I said today too, and I want to say shout out to Nick Bassista. I think I seen him come to the studio. He's he's over there too. So I gave him so Christian. Now this may not make sense, but I asked him this earlier too. It's kind of like with the industry right now with signing. It's like, okay, so there's two trains going, right? And I like this because I think I'm going to use this one. There's two trains, right? On the first train, it's guaranteed to derail in 4 miles. Right? There's a second train that's running right next to you that's guaranteed not to derail, and that's pretty much you and everything that you want to do as an artist in the game. Everything you want to do, all the right pieces, all the rights to the puzzles. The food even tastes better. Damn it, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a different way. But the train you're on right now derails in 4 miles. What do?
Do you have the ability to jump off?
Is there a way that you can actually jump off because you're actually comfortable on that track that says, this is the track that I'm on right here. I love this track. This track's done nothing but good for me, but in 4 miles, it's over. And
that's the problem, right? So many artists that have careers that are rentals, right?
Okay.
They're rentals. That's what you said. They're rentals.
Absolutely.
They have careers that are rentals. Wow.
So I guess touch on that a little bit in the sense to where before I want you to introduce the video. Before that, though, explain what you mean by rentals. I think I know where you're going with this, though.
So you have artists that kind of come in and they find out that they have one song that really resonates. Here's a good one. The Young Brothers that made Island Boy.
Yeah.
Right? They had a viral moment. Now, out of that viral moment, they've been able to get a music deal because someone looked up and said, I can monetize this, and from these young kids, I can hand them 500,000, but I'm going to make
5 million.
5 million.
Yeah, they're rentals. They're rentals. They're not even supposed to be. That's not your car.
They're not even supposed to be there.
This ain't, you're not supposed to be in this lane on this highway with these foreigns. You're not. There's a rental. You got to get that. That's going to go back to the dealership. And you're going to be back walking, taking a bus, or figuratively speaking, you know what I'm saying? Because you're talking about rental. So, very you worked hard and bought your car out. You're not even making payments on your shit no more.
Not at all. But you also know the issue when you buy your car straight out.
Oh, yeah.
The issue of buying your car straight out means that all parts of repair are upon you. So it means that you have to be comfortable with the fact that this process may go a little bit slower for you than it may go for somebody who has a quote-unquote overnight rise. But what you can know is that by the time that you make it, by the time that you get noticed by the 96 Heat FMs, by the time frame that you get a Eddie Cuts on your side, by the time frame that it begins to shift and now they start calling, then you put yourself in a Chance the Rapper position, right? Where now when they come, your words matter in the midst of the negotiation because they know for sure that your fan base has already been established, right?
Yeah.
Often I look at mine and go, I've got over 40,000 followers, right?
That's valid. That's valid considering some people don't even have 200.
Facts, right?
Valid.
But the major difference is how many of your followers are fans?
Okay.
I can tell you right now, for me personally, on Instagram, I only have like 1,400 followers right now. And I can tell you, I definitely don't have 1,400 fans.
Right. I got like 1,800. I got 1,800 friends on Facebook, but I can tell you right now, not too sure about it.
You start to learn that it's an associates with kids list. I don't even go on Facebook friends. This is my associates with kids list. And
it's wild because all the people that are my friends, it really be the supporters. Like bro was saying earlier, be the supporters that show you so much more love than the people that really be right there. Like there's people that can literally reach out and tap you on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? That strangers will show more love than them. It's mind blowing. So you just gotta understand that, be aware of that, and move accordingly because you already know that's how it is. You know, so
and be ready to work when the time comes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just be ready to work. Surround yourself with the right people. When I'm talking about surrounding yourself with the right people, let me make sure that I give a shout out to Black Santa.
Shout out to Black Santa. He had some bars on there too with this the track that we want to get in. Go ahead and talk about Black Santa a little bit, man. Yeah, please do.
Listen, so Black Santa, also known as S-Type, is an amazing artist. You're talking about a brother who, you know, lost a portion of his life's journey behind this wall. But when he came home, what I told him was, if you're ready, if you're dedicated to this process, I got you. We've made hits simply banging on the table, you know. And as I tell everyone, truthfully, Asking for Help is originally his song, right? Asking for Help is a poem that was written by Black Santa. And as I was making this beat on the piano, you know, we were putting together different songs. I ended up meeting up with him and was just like, look, you know, let's rap, let's get it in. And that's what we would do. We're sitting on the waterfront, listening to a beat that I made and rapping. And he was like, you know what? I think Asking for Help could go here. So he starts his, I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you.
I'm asking for help. Right.
Answer me, you don't see me down on my knees. I'm asking for help. Talk to me. Answer me, please. So the original concept for me was I was asking God for help in the industry because I felt unappreciated. You know, I'm going, listen, I'm here right now. Don't you see my vision, or do you question my commitment? You know, and when I got done, you know, he laid his verse, and I sent the song out to a couple of people who were like, hey, man, lyrically, you did your thing. I like it. Like what y'all got going on here. The song was very different originally.
Sure is. It still is.
And then I sent it to my pastor, and, you know, shout out W.L. Dunham. You know, man, changed my life. And he was like, you always push the mark lyrically, but is that all that you have to ask God for help for?
Right. It's how you ask. It's how you ask them, and that's how I tell everybody. It's not. Hey, listen. You know, I need this. I need that. Sometimes people just need to pray differently. It's the way you ask.
Very much so.
You got to give them permission.
Very, very much so.
It's all about the permission of action with them.
That you're hitting it right on the nail.
I wish we can go into that every day, all day, man, and talk about the light work of the world and where we need to be at with all that. And I believe I do push on that, and it's kind of like it's all about permission. Sometimes they say, "Oh, why don't you hear me? You hear me answering? Answer me, please. Why don't you hear me?" It's because they hear you, they just can't move because you're not giving them permission.
I more than agree there.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut in with that. But that's how you,
no, it's not at all. You know, I think there's a process to digging deep when it comes to writing. Mm-hmm. You know, I normally lay out. You know, and my studio is called the veranda of my life. You know, so it's just a place where I keep photos, memories of my life's journey. You know, request slips that I used to write on from sitting behind a wall and looking back at the man that I was to the man that I've become. And on that particular day, my son, you know, was definitely giving us a run for the money. You know, my son was diagnosed with autism. And as a father, it was very, very hard for me. Also being a clinician, he said, I'm officially Dr. Christian L. Whitaker. You know, it's not even a diagnosis that I wanted to accept or could agree with. And it was weighing on my spirit heavily weighing on my spirit. And I want to say while sitting there and, you know, when my son had finally calmed down and I was just kind of looking in his eyes and he fell asleep, I came back on downstairs and got back on the keyboard. And the first words were, these are the prayers of a father who struggles with comprehension. I prayed for a healthy baby. The diagnosis is autism. And from there, I just kept writing. And as I'm writing, I'm crying and the tears are just flowing. And when I got done, I felt like that was it. And, you know, I went ahead next day, called Black Santa, and I was like, I'm changing my verse. And we met up at the waterfront, and asking for help was actually recorded in my car.
Is that right?
Asking for help was recorded.
How did you do that?
So shout out to Band Lab.
Oh, Band Lab. Okay.
You know, Band Lab with a corded Apple microphone. And I took my wife beater off. Excuse me, to be politically correct, are A-cut t-shirts.
A-cut t-shirts, okay, yeah.
You know, I took that A-cut t-shirt off and I wrapped it around my hand to act as my pop filter.
The filter, right.
And I laid my verse while I was sitting there in the car. And then handed it over to Black Santa. And he did the same, you know. I think sometimes you can get into the process of having the major studio equipment and everything else, and we forget that some of hip hop's greatest moments were created in the bathroom. Yes, right. The best sound treatment that you may have ever had was inside your car.
We just had G-Man. We just had G-Man on here from the Sugar Hill family, and he'll tell you that he named hip hop on a street corner.
Sure enough.
We just had him on here. I'd like to introduce you to him too, because G-Man was just on here, and it's kind of like.
Now that you.
Go ahead, Avio.
Sorry to interrupt, but now that you said that, wow, like the amount of soundproof that's actually in a car is actually phenomenal if you think about it. Like 100%. Minus the windows, but all the padded, the seats, it's a good joint right there.
Right. So let's play the video. I mean, it's a 10 across the board award, and it's definitely getting stellar placement on HEATMIX96FM. It actually got 10s across the board twice now. This is the second time it got 10s across the board on different panel members as well. I'd like to play the video for you, and it's premiered on BET. It was a world premiere on BET. Let's talk about that when we get back after we play the video. I'd like to see how you got it on BET. Let everybody know how you get there and stuff like that as an artist. But I'd like you, Christianella, to introduce it for us, and then we're going to bring it to the big screen for you, if you will.
Absolutely. So, America, hi, it's your boy Christianella, the R&B Ruger, and this here is my video featuring the one and only Black Santa asking for help. Shout out to Rock Nation, Wise McGriff, and our families.
Yes, sir. Let's take a listen. HEATMIX96FM, official radio syndication network. Let's take a listen.
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with Heat DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
God bless me, God help me, I think I'm insane. Ooh, God bless me, God help me, I think I'm insane. Ooh, God.
These are the prayers of a father who struggles with comprehension. I prayed for a healthy baby. The diagnosis, autism. Hated every doctor, blamed them for the issues. Anger so misguided. Questioning my son's mother. Damn, they got my house divided. Evacuating pain in my tears. I feel the disconnect. Reaching out for hugs, confusing his nose with disrespect. Buying all these toys, just looking for ways to interact. He'd rather be all by himself. It's really hard to stomach that. I'm so lost. Cataloging smiles to starve the damn impatience. Hard to get support cause we don't trust nobody with our baby. He ain't talking yet, but he's smiling. No, I'm hella mad. My greatest blessing, suffering perspectives coming from his dad. Nah, this is your fault. I prayed it never caused you struggle. Swallowed all your challenges. My son should never have to struggle. Feeling like Nadeska, my every day is a sudden struggle. Mother fight for babysitters. I'm fighting just to hear I love you. ABA, early intervention, that's the story now. Diagnosing, not the destination, but I'm screaming how. Celebrating every first down, ignoring all the safeties, recouping any deficit they tried to lay upon my baby. Shedding tears, trying to finish verses, but it's getting harder. Amazing at my craft, but feeling subpar as a fucking father. On my knees, you listening, done praying for self. I need you now, you see me hurting, Lord. Asking for help, I'm asking for help.
You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please. A little nigga, grew up from the cracks in the pavement. I seen a lot of pain, I had my little mind racing. My mother said my brother wasn't coming back home. I didn't understand, I couldn't fathom what was wrong. My mother said, baby, you gotta have thick skin. When the world pin you down, you gotta get back up again. Poverty stricken, roach infested, I'm trying to level up. Sitting on the porch watching my girlfriend playing double dutch. Lot of things running through my mind. Thoughts of me dying, seeing my mom crying. Wishing I had wings so she could see her baby flying. I need y'all to feel me like a roar from a lion. My pops, he was trying, it's the thought that count. I couldn't blame him for me choosing my route. Running with the bad kids, grew up fast, quick. I wasn't trying to hear nothing, and you couldn't tell me shit. I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please. Damn. Answer me, please.
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with Heat DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
All right, and we are coming back. We are getting some fire in the comments. We appreciate you around the world. Thank you, Facebook. Fire emojis all around the board.
Man, get the round of applause emoji.
Yeah, man.
Let's do that.
Asking for help. Asking for help, bro. That Tens Across the Board award holder for a second time in a row on our panel the other night. So let's talk about it too, with getting on the BET and everything like that as an artist. I mean, I guess. What about the concept? I mean, the concept, you let us know how Asking for Help came about and everything like that. Let's talk about how it got put together after, and all of a sudden you're getting a world premiere with BET here.
Yeah, absolutely. So after the song was put together and then mixed and mastered down, I sent it out to General So. And said General So sent it out to Eddie Cuts, and I also sent it out to Wise McGriff.
Shout out to Eddie Cuts, man, from Jizu Radio, man. I used to be on his paddle all the time. We talked about Eddie Cuts just today at the Wawa, man. So Eddie Cuts has been we've been talking about you, Eddie Cuts, man. We need you over here,
yes,
bro.
Sir. Eddie know what time it is, man. Eddie know the vibes, man.
Yeah, man.
Cuts, man.
Yeah,
man.
you know, I definitely appreciate those brothers as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I had actually was able to get the song in the hands of Doc Honeycutt. And Doc Honeycutt also has a live streaming show and is available on Roku and various other platforms.
And for those who don't know who Doc Honeycutt is.
Listen, Doc Honeycutt has been a major player in the game behind the music for years and years and years with many, many connections. So for those who don't know who Doc Honeycutt is, I would say look up Doc Honeycutt Enterprises, an amazing woman who has been entrenched deep within the game for quite some time.
Okay.
That said, I actually ended up getting the call to perform at the BET Awards for the Hip Hop Cypher. I was unable to attend the Hip Hop Cypher and ended up sending them the track, Asking for Help. They were like, listen, this song is absolutely amazing. You know, when I got the call back, you know, the young lady that I sent it to, she was in tears, which of course made me cry as well, because the song really resonates, you know. And when I sent it with my original visuals. The visuals that you see currently were not the original visuals. They were more so aligned with the words, and it was, you know, just like images of my son. And as, you know, the song began to take off there within the offices over at BET, it was just like, look, do you think you can get a video together? Because we'd love to premiere it. From there, then it was the runaround. I reached out to Rec Philly, which is a space for creators unlike any other, where there is built-in studios, recording session rooms, and they're also sponsored by Live Nation. And as soon as we got over there, I was able to connect with Candace Johnson, and also with Kyle Michaels. Shout out to both of them, who are absolutely amazing when it comes to production and cinematography. And said, if you notice the names on the end of it, it's a Kyle Michaels production. And one of the things that Fearless, aka Candace, had brought to me was that you need to focus solely when it comes to this, not just on the visuals, but on just pouring your pain into the video in the same way that you did with the song. And it might be better to just be dressed in all black with a white background and just get it off your chest.
Really cool video, Sab. I like the way you guys did the videos. Just you and him, and he just vibed it out. You know, low budget, don't need anybody else in there, and let's just put it together. I like that.
Yeah, it was a good jump. Straight to the point. You know, it was clear. Y'all were
Listen,
right there.
clean, clear, and
we got to focus on the pain and the emotion. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing else to look at besides y'all.
Right.
And I think that was perfect visual for that song. Because you really wanted to let them know what you had going on and feel that. So I was tuned in.
I was definitely
very much so.
That's the first time he heard it for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I was tuned in all the way. And I knew the first bar. So I did say towards the end of the line, I was like, with the autism, you know what I'm saying?
So he was already into it, right?
Listen, as well, that's an amazing part. I think that
my son, I don't know if General Cells told you, but my son has autism as well. So that's why it's struck. Yeah.
He did not, but that means that you also know that this journey of parenting is something that requires an extreme amount of patience.
Wow, an extreme amount. And a lot of people don't know that, so I'm glad you said that. An extreme amount of patience.
Extreme amount of patience. And, the things that...
So Simeon wants you to know that, did you know that the track was on Vivo Hip Hop? Did you know that?
Did I know that it was on Beetle Hip Hop?
Vivo Hip Hop.
Did you know? No, I did not.
So Simeon's an official HEATMIX96 FM artist, and he's an excellent singer and everything like that. I'd like to see if I can get some features with you and him. But he just said that your track's on Vivo Hip Hop.
Well, listen, that's beyond amazing. Look at that. The song is going to the places that we needed to go. So, shout out to Vivo, shout out to Rock Nation.
When did you release that?
He said we released that in January.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was January. You've been on with us since January, since we started the beginning of this year on HEATMIX96 FM. I believe you were one of the first music video submissions in the lineup of the email. We go on the orders received, and when we get to it, we play it, and it was asking for help. And I was like, man, look at this. This is really unique, and this is why I do this, because I'm on a spiritual, everybody has their way they do their spiritual side. I'm on a spiritual awakening myself, and I've been going through it for some time. When I heard this, I was like, man, this really touched home, for me. Good job with that.
And just in writing it, I wanted to be as transparent as possible, because it got to a point where I recognized that many of us don't have these conversations, right? In just the culture of parenting, a lot of our parenting is private, right? And we just simply don't share what's going on with our children, because we always want the quote unquote best packaged presentation of our child, of our spouse, period, so that but when your child now is on a different journey than other children, right?
Yes.
It can change the trajectory of conversation, right? It can bring a family together or tear a family apart, right?
Yeah. You're right.
And for my family in particular, we found our points of strain for sure. Whether it comes to philosophies on how to parent, whether it comes to acceptance of diagnosis, I think what it came down to for us, it was recognizing that we needed help. And that communicating with a child who has autism, no matter where they are on the spectrum, it's an amazing language once you learn it, right? When you are finally in a position to be able to understand what this smile means, what this hand motion may mean to them. I remember sitting with a friend of mine, his name is Thurlow, love that brother. And, we were at a rooftop lounge, Sunset Social, and I was looking out at the lights and just of the city of Philadelphia and seeing so many different things. And I realized in that moment that this world was made by people who have the same vision as our children, right? Albert Einstein was able to create electricity, was unable to tie his own shoes. You know,
Is that a fact? I had no idea about that. Is that a fact?
That is a fact, man.
Didn't know how to tie the man his own shoes.
Didn't tie his own shoes,
but he knew how to create an electrical shock. Albert Einstein. Did you know that?
But was able to change the world.
Albert was okay. I'm sorry. Albert Einstein wasn't able to tie his shoes, but he created electricity. Did you know that? Oh, okay. I guess everybody knew that, but me. I'm sorry. We have producers on the side over here. It's like, I'm clueless here. Okay, cool.
No. You know what the process of information is something that can be eye-opening and heart-changing.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment that I went from fighting against diagnosis to accepting and then recognizing, like, you know what? Son, you are beautiful. You don't got to worry about nothing. I'm here. Your mother is here. Your grandmother is here. Your grandfather is here. You know, your aunts and uncles are there to pour into you. And, you know, there's going to be certain things that he gets to faster than other children. You know, and there will be certain things that may come at a clip or two behind other children.
Well, autism, to my knowledge, it actually goes away as you get older, but it can turn into different things as you get older.
Very much so.
This could just be a phase. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because that's what I'm hoping.
Well,
I'm praying for.
The number one thing that we learn about the spectrum is that it is very vast. That it will look different for each child who is on this journey. But the one thing that we know for sure that is in common is the stress of a parent who is trying to learn the language that they don't speak.
Right.
Right. And for my son, who is originally nonverbal, but now I would say selectively mute, right?
Yeah.
It can be very, very hard as a parent when you are struggling to find out what's wrong. You know, does your head hurt, son? Does your feet hurt, son? Does your stomach hurt? Are you tired?
Yeah, because they don't just come out and tell you. They just let it rock.
Just tell you.
Yeah.
You know. But when you learn that love language right there, that's a love language that's not in the book. You know, to learn how to communicate with your child who's going to speak to you in a total different way, then you go from feeling a blessing to being blessed. And
absolutely.
You know, with that, you know, my son brings me a different type of joy. And I love the process of pouring into him now and seeing the differences, right? Which is why I said, you know, I celebrate every first down and ignore all the safeties. You know, I'm going to recoup any deficit that they've tried to lay upon my baby. So, you know, we sit here, we read with him, we build blocks with him, we do all of the little things and find out what his niche is, and then expound upon that. And in it, you begin to unlock so many other things. So, you know, I am thankful to his mother. You know, I'm thankful to the people who have been such a support within the process. Because there are time frames where I have been angry, you know, the time frames that you reach out for a hug and child turns the other way and you feel like it's disrespect.
Absolutely.
Or you tell them to sit down and, you know, as parents, the first thing that you run to is discipline or consequences. But, you know, if you don't recognize that it's not resonating with the child, then that's not discipline, that's abuse.
Okay.
Right? Yep. And it brings you to a point where you have to really look up.
Ask for help.
Ask for help, you know.
So Simeon said, I heard this the other day when he was on the panel, and I told my wife, yo, I know this guy. She was like, yeah, right. And they're all laughing about it now. It's like, she didn't believe that she actually knew you as being on the show, like didn't know what to do with that. So that's one of the comments here is that, hey, I actually know this guy. Like to even
Yeah, man.
That's dope, man. You're getting a lot of love from the comments, and we have people that are tuned in on, as well on YouTube as well. We actually go to different places. So what is it? Okay, so man, what else could you add? I guess now I mean 32.6 million. That's a huge number. There had to be some way to get. That's a big number. Those are numbers that you see in the industry. We were talking about this earlier. I guess let's turn back to that, like you were saying earlier. What does it feel like when you hit 10 million? It's like you see, and then you go to 20 million, and then all of a sudden it's going up. It's like I suffer, and everybody knows I suffer from anxiety. So I don't even know what I would do if I hit 5 million. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wait a minute, this is too many. There's too many people here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what is it? I guess the question would be like, what is it for the drive on that, and the teamwork on that, and how does it accumulate up in the millions versus, a couple hundreds or a couple thousands that people are used to getting, and I guess what would be the difference for you?
And did this start in January?
Yeah.
This all started in January?
Yeah.
January of 2021.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I would say this. It really started off with passion and drive and an extreme amount of support from one person in particular, which was General So. Okay. I have known that brother for years, back when he and I were banging on the table and doing push-ups on the floor. And, when he shifted, so we had a disconnect in communication for a while.
Yeah, sure.
And when he reached back out and was like, I'm in Vegas, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Vegas? You're from Jersey, sir.
Right.
What are you doing?
What are you doing in Vegas? Right. Why are you
doing in Vegas? But he was very instrumental in the process of going, listen, you got it. Let's push it. I got you. I am here for the entirety of this process. So even on the days because I can say that I am terrible with personal promo.
There's a lane for everybody. I learned that the hard way. You can't do everything. I try to do everything, but I'm learning that lanes need to be respected.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just that, but I think that as somebody who used to be very social media heavy, then experiencing my own trauma, I kind of backed away from social media, and it was hard to bring resurgence back once you've been off of it for a while, right? You fall into a certain space of peace, and you don't feel like re-entering. But just direct, I started pumping the music heavily. I'm Panamanian, Viva Panama. And
I would have never knew that if you would have never said anything. Panamanian, look at that.
I thought you was a black man. Yeah. So what is it? Like, you're Spanish then? You're
Panama. He's from Panama. He's yeah, he's from Panama.
Yes. Yeah. It's like for those who don't know, Panama is the Isthmus of Panama. The last country prior to hitting South America.
Right.
The home and origination of reggaeton. Shout out to El General.
Right.
Viva Panama. But I looked up, and that was the first place that I started pumping my music. Right. My whole thought process and the process of branding was, well, how many artists do we have from our own descent that have the ability to pop? Like, if you can get your own people behind you, then you already have a core fan base that will begin the process of supporting you regardless. And what ends up happening, and from my time frame at Def Jam, what I realized was every act that's a major act generally popped overseas first.
Right. That's a fact. That's where we're at. We're all overseas right now, and we are freaking popped out there.
So you can look up and be like, oh, I only have, this many streams, or you can look up and be like, I only have but so many views on Facebook.
That doesn't
mean in the US.
Right.
But if you were to shift that to a different market, then that's when everything starts changing.
Yep.
When I did that, I want to say my second song out, I've really focused on trying to get things there, Central America, South America. From there, when I looked up, the first thing that happened was I noticed Shazam's going up. And what I did originally was I abandoned Spotify. Right? When I started looking at, even though Spotify is a very, very large platform, right? I think that Spotify is really great for podcasts. I didn't feel as though it was great for artists based upon Spotify's pay scale. So it didn't make sense to me. So instead, I would only promote Apple Music. And I also looked to find out what platforms are being used the most. So overseas, things like Deezer are really, really big.
Yep,
right?
You're right. I was looking into that actually because our video casting actually does support Deezer. Yeah. Oh, what you got there? You got a little glass of wine. What you sipping on, man? You gotta show it, man. If you got it, that's a staple here at HEATMIX96FM. You got a plate or a drink. You gotta show it. What you sipping on?
Yeah, that's that good old Stella Rosa Black. We encourage everybody to go on and get it. It's
Stella Rosa, baby.
Stella Rosa.
Yeah,
I like the white too. The white's good.
That thing is delicious.
I could drink a whole cup like.
Look, you keep your Stella Rosa, you keep your hookah nearby, and you can feel good about life.
And you're good.
There you go.
But we started pumping directly to the markets where it made the most sense at, right? I also say as an artist, you have to invest in yourself, right? Or sometimes investing in yourself is not only the money, it's about doing the work, right? So for me, I started looking at promo sites, and when they would give me examples of their ways to probe my music and then send me back the examples, I was screen recording them and then cropping them, and then afterwards using the same examples that they sent me as my promo out. Like, all right, thank you for the example. Thank you for doing a portion of the work. Let me go on ahead out here and make sure that it can get out there.
Good job.
I started learning about, shadow banning and the essence of the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Because you can find yourself in a position where I'm like, I think when I hit like 10,000 followers, I was like, how come I don't have a blue check? Right? Or 20,000 followers. How come I don't have a blue check? Even now, what I recognize is that was really about engagement. Right.
It's all about the engagement. That's correct.
Right. So you can have a whole bunch of followers, but if you are not actively engaging them, then when you're applying for your blue check, they're going to tell you, get up out of here.
Yeah.
And as an artist where authenticity was important to me, I also wasn't going to pay somebody $200 to give me a fake blue check.
A fake one, right.
So, yeah, so it was like, look, let's just keep doing this the right way, the organic way, and whether something gets 2 views, 150 views, 100,000 views, 5,000 streams, let's keep it going.
It's organic. Seriously, people that were tuned in, you don't have to worry about if it was paid for or not. They actually listened to it because they wanted to listen to it. That's better than anything.
100%, because there would be nothing that you could celebrate if you bought them.
Right, because you're going to get 5,000 people to look at it, but now maybe you only got 3,000. You're losing 2,000. Guess what? There goes the money too.
Well, here's the thing: they will invalidate them. So for any artist, it was very important for me to be in a position to go, well, you know what? I remember my son's mother coming to me and saying, "Is it important that someone hears you or that the world hears you?" And for me, I was just like, I need the world to hear me. I want the people to know that I was here. And he was like, well, then stop marketing to the people across the street and start marketing to the world.
That's a fact. That's a good woman. That's a good lady.
Very much so. And it was at that point that I recognized, like, you know what? Let me market to the world. So I shifted my focus. And the focus went to every other platform that we normally don't use here. And as I started watching myself get streams in Russia, when I looked up and Veranda of My Life finally dropped, and I ended up with the number 2 hip hop album in Russia. I remember kind of looking and going, this is amazing, right?
That's a big deal.
Because if you've ever seen like some of the videos of like top 40 or top 100 artists, they will be in certain countries where English is not the predominant language.
Right.
But they know every single word, right? And can sing it along with you word for word. And that was amazing to me. And that's the position that I wanted to put myself in. So
yeah, no, go
I
ahead.
promoted there, and I watched the numbers begin to rise and begin to rise and begin to rise. And then afterwards was like, listen, if you can create an international fan base, then now you have legs to stand on over here, even if they're not messing with you. And, you know, one of my songs, I think General had taken to Eddie Cuts and said that song is called Victim of Circumstance. Right? I love this song wholeheartedly. Victim of Circumstance will be coming out soon too on Veranda My Life.
I need that. You know, anything you're gonna give me, I just need it. I fucking need it.
I got you. You will be the first to get the updated version that's gonna hit this album.
All right.
And when that was my first time like on a review show and there and paying attention to what was being said about the tracks. And so from there, then it was here, let me join every Facebook group, every musical group, everything, and really, really, really pump this music. Find out what everybody is listening to, and then the songs that cater to that audience are the ones that you need to send directly to that audience. And it started to take off, really, with the song Victim of Circumstance. A friend of mine, Trevon Tolles, magnificent producer, has worked with a lot of different artists. After speaking with him, I ended up catching a surprise call from Giveon. And, you know, shout out to Brother Giveon, who is just doing absolutely amazing. He also came on the scene a little over a year ago. And, you know, he had been singing for quite some time. And one of the things that you'll notice as an artist is often you don't know who's listening, right? And just like it was for him, when Drake reached out, Giveon had about 340 followers. 340 followers when Drake reached out to him and was like,
that was so ridiculous.
You know, and they did the Chicago freestyle, and it was turn up for him. When he reached out, and, you know, we were on a radio show together, we ended up speaking afterwards, and I was like, look, man, let's do something if you're ready. And out of that came the song Told You So. So, you know, to be able to get that feature with him just as he was on his own rise. You know, the brother didn't charge me a damn thing, you know, just, you know, the power of artistry, and we're there and mixing, you know, so I started sending that track out. And that track wasn't even on my album. It's going to go on the next one. Just to be able to have the buzz, it started sending everyone my way. Then I managed to get the ear of Rock Nation, you know, after my good old freestyle session with Brother Jadakiss. And from there, DJ Envy reached out. And I just started taking advantage of every opportunity, going to every show possible that I could, and tried to bring my brothers with me. And for everybody that's in the chat, let me say something when it comes to this part right here.
Yeah, please.
Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. Okay? I say this and say this very, very clear. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard, man. I have tried to take many of my brothers along with me while trying to find a way to not end up being MC Hammer in the process.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And what you'll end up finding is there's going to be some people in your crew that might be more talented than you. They might inspire you when you're in the middle of rapping, when you're in the middle of singing or songwriting, but they don't have the same drive. They don't have the same passion in order to get it done. So any song you make, whether you make it with someone else or not, you make sure that you finish that song. Make sure that you are prepared to finish every single verse yourself, because if you kill them with your passion, they might die with their potential. And it's just part of the process. I've learned that along the way, where I've had to, let go of some of the brothers that I was holding on to because I want to see them make it. I don't care which one of us makes it first. If Black Santa go to the top 10 tomorrow, I'm there right with them. Like, hey, listen, I guess I'll be your hype man now, because I want to see the team make it. General, who has been so instrumental for me as an artist and just as a brother, period, as I deal with all of my own personal issues. He continued to push the music in the middle of my silence at different time frames, opening up different doors. And I always circle back to Wise McGriff. He ended up taking me to a event called Put On For Your City. So this Put On For Your City event is done by Mike Boss, who has an imprint over at Sony. And from that, it produced Trendsetter Music and a few other artists. But at that event down in Miami, I told you, it's never about what you do, but how you do it and who's listening. The right people were listening. And with that, I watched the numbers take off. I began to get all of the calls for placements. Good. And I looked up and I watched myself suddenly start getting the emails. Your song has been playlisted on 51,000 playlists. And it was like 51,000 playlists. Look at God. This is the power of prayer and the power of putting in the work, man. Really making those phone calls, sending out those emails, creating your EPK, paying homage to the people that came before you, to the Grandmaster Kaz's of the game.
I'm
to
glad
Will
you said
Smiths.
that about what's that? What were you gonna say about Will Smith? Go ahead.
Hey, to the Will Smiths of the game. Yeah. Listen, hey, look, Will, get well and come on back. We need you back, my brother.
Do something different, man. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just we all gonna move a little bit differently this go round.
Yeah.
It's
funny that you said creating your EPK, because that's one of the couple things that I'm doing. I'm having Simeon. We're starting a EPK for him. I'm gonna see if everybody else has their EPKs up. It's important because people need to talk about you. It's very true.
100%. Putting yourself in a position where no matter what, you are prepared, right? As an artist, one of my greatest benefits that I felt really drove my numbers up after different performances was that I was always stage ready. At any time frame, you have a lot of artists that are like, oh yeah, I can go. No, I am TTG, trained to go at all times. So it wouldn't matter if it is 2:00 in the morning. If you call me and you say, listen, Sylvia Rohn is on the phone and she wants you to go, that means it's time to get ready to go in.
Yeah.
No more, no less. I don't need 15 minutes. I don't need 30 minutes to prepare. I'm not about to go brush my teeth. Instead of getting ready, I stay ready to make sure that every opportunity that was in front of me, I could take advantage of it. And that has honestly been the biggest propulsion when it comes to this. Also, knowing your history, right? Even though musically right now, what's quote unquote popping within the top 40 often sonically falls into the same wave pattern between auto-tune and rhyme pattern. Right. Most of the quote unquote gatekeepers that are still around are actually in their late 50s, early 60s, right? They may hire a few A&Rs that are younger, but the reality is that an A&R can hear your music. They can love you to death. A&R can offer you whatever they want to offer you. But now they then have to take it back to that person who's 55, 60 years old, late 40s, and say to them, this is what's hot. This is what sounds good. But did you forget that these people have been around since the beginning of hip hop? They watched it come from hip to the hip hop up to the point where it is now. Some of them don't like where the direction that music is going.
That's true.
We were originally told that hip hop was a game for the young people. But hip hop's golden years were from 98 to about 2006, 2007, right? That's hip hop's explosion. Well, that age group right now is mine. So they're going, hold on. Like, you're not about to phase us out. You're not about to tell us that when hip hop was at its complete height, that the people that got it there are no longer viable, right?
Right.
And more importantly, hey, thank you, Jay-Z, right? Because the creation of the 444 album puts you in a position to be able to have quote unquote mature hip hop with a message go mainstream.
Yeah.
And, you know, it allowed room for grown folk rap without having to go, you know, I need to grab the next Talib Kweli album and wait for that to come out, you know, or wait for Kanye to drop again and you know, never know what space that he may be in with musicality at that particular time frame.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
So it opened so many doors just for that frame of age group to come in, because hip hop is the only genre where we tell our artists go sit down. The only genre. Country music, they can be 89 years old and not remember any of the words to their song, but they will celebrate them until the very end, allow them to come perform and continue to make their money. Rock music, the exact same way. Pop music, the exact same way. But for hip hop, you have the shortest lifespan ever. It's almost like playing in the NFL or the NBA, right?
Is that right?
You get some people like LeBron that'll be there for 19 years, but the average span of an NBA career is 3 years. So that's like that train that you were just talking about that derails in 4.
You see? You gotta be ready.
What are you going to do? It's either you're going to make the most out of those 4 years and fade off into obscurity, or create a lane that you can stay in for forever, right?
That's right.
Talib Kweli may not be everybody's favorite, but that man can pack a house to this day. Most Def can pack a house to this day. You know, and because of that, I looked up and said, I can pack a house. I can rock a house. I've got the material and I'm ready. And like I said, it's just, the process has been a blessing, man.
That's super.
Thank you for sharing that, man. Thank you. That was fun.
Listen, Brother Dre, I can tell you got talent. I can tell you got talent. It's like it's resonating in your spirit.
You won't believe.
Right?
Listen, I was at the studio today. You won't believe the music that I heard at Mud Baby Records today at Tulip Studios. I was over there I was almost damn near late for the Heat DJs conference call because I'm sitting there listening to all this music. I didn't want to go. And I was sitting there and I was like, and I had to leave. But he do have some real talent. He's not just. I wish we could play something so you know. Should we play something? Do you want to hear something that I got from him?
Absolutely.
All right.
And
so
any artists that are in the chat as well, listen.
Okay.
I don't charge for features. what I do charge, I don't charge money for features. I charge you for your passion, right? So if you step on a feature, if you say that you want a feature, I'm with it. But bring your passion to the microphone.
I would like
because
to see
my job is to try to destroy you on this mic.
Oh, I see. Right.
We want to create the best music possible.
Yes.
Period. No more, no less. The
Yes.
competitive desire is not to compete against you, but
Yeah.
to compete with each other so that we bring the best out of each other.
Yes.
Period.
Right.
Like, let's make magic. You know, let's make hits. Let's make classics. Make that music that we know is going to exist for a long time to come. But please let me hear something from this brother. I know he got time.
Yeah.
Listen, before we play something,
yeah, go ahead.
Creator, I want you to tell him how you feel about it before we play it. Tell him how you feel about it.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's out here making music like this gentleman. I receive hundreds, if not thousands, of music a day, weeks. We have backlogs of weekly strands of music in the emails that I'm just listening, that I hit the pass button, Okay, I'm going to play this one. You know, I've seen so many tracks on top of track. If I would be able to show you my email and what kind of type of tracks I hear and then I get each and every day, it's very, very mind-boggling. What I heard in music today, there's really nobody out here making music like AVO Dre is. Simeon Few is a singer. There's nobody out here singing like Simeon Few and how he's doing. I'd like to play Simeon Few as well because he has a track that, and he's an artist that I represent on HEATMIX96FM. It's called Love Yourself. Okay? And now when I heard AVO Dre today and I was introduced by Nick, we had a conversation and we had a connection and a spiritual connection and just a friendship connection and musical connection. It was just, everything was together with this. But that's how I feel about AVO Dre right now, is that I put him in and I said this earlier, if I put his music, and I even said if I service his music and I put his music and his artistry in front of the right people at the right times, it's going to be a game over. And the fact that you could just sit here and say, I know you got some talent. It's a fact.
Yeah, that resonates different with my soul because you already can see it. You can feel it. Right. And energy is something that you can feel. Like right now, there's energy being transmitted. Like I can feel your energy and I can feel his energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? So for you to feel that, I appreciate it. I'm grateful and I'm blessed. And I'm excited. It excites me because I just want to prove you right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Also, I want to let you know before we play a couple tracks here for you so you can hear it to see if you'd be able to do something with it. You actually got an official placement in the PC film. It's actually a film that's being made by Brooklyn Cakes because it's all about autism and awareness and stuff like that. So he actually has a film coming out called the PC film. And he put a placement for you on his official soundtrack. So I'm going to make sure that gets
that's a blessing, man. Shout out to brother Brooklyn Cakes, man, and everything that you're doing. Yeah. He said, I know that you got a yacht party coming up. Look forward to performing there, man.
Yep.
And
he does.
You know, this
so you know Brooklyn Cakes.
And it said, I've been paying attention. And trying to make sure that I get connected with all the right people. And I know that Brooklyn Cakes has been in this industry, putting in the work for a very long time. So even watching his ascent from a distance has been amazing. So to have him pick out a track and say that it's worthy of a Netflix film.
Well, it's a PC, it's for a PC film. I think it is going to go on. I don't know where he's going to put it at, but listen, it got the placement on there, and I'm surprised you know Brooklyn Cakes. I'm gonna make sure that. How long have you known Brooklyn Cakes for? You said years. You know him for a long time, or you just known of him?
Yeah, I've known of him for a very long time. I think what I do is I try to pride myself on looking for artists and people within the industry that I believe in before anybody else does.
So this circle's here. This is just amazing. Like this is crazy amazing.
Yeah, if you got the ear for it, then things can change.
All right. So let's see where your ear is at with a couple of these tracks here. I'm going to play for you real quick. I'm going to play you. I like Blurred Lines. What do you want to play, AVO?
I'm gonna leave it up to you.
You leave it up to me.
Okay. Just make sure that what you gonna play. So you're gonna pull it up and play it. so it gets the better audio. Whatever way you can play.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it right on. I'm gonna play it right here, just like this. I'm gonna play it right onto the stream. So I'm gonna play.
Perfect.
I'm gonna play your Blurred Lines, which is Hardaway. It's called Hardaway, and then I'll play Simeon's Love Yourself. So let's do that, and then we'll come back.
They go hand. I suppose they go hand in hand. So.
They kind of do. And it kind of did, and that's how we opened the show. But I'd like to play it again and see, and then actually come back and turn this interview into Christian L, the R&B Ruger review right here on HEATMIX96 FM, because that's what we normally do. You know, it'll be great to hear. It'll be great to hear. All right, so let's play AVO Dre first, then we'll come back. And then we'll play Love Yourself. Well, I'll play both. I'll play AVO Dre first, and then we'll play Simeon second, and then we'll review them both all together. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Enjoy, everybody. This is AVO Dre, Hardaway. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's take a listen.
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with Heat DJ Zone, DJ Creator. Banging on your radio box, it's the Ferrari Transformer, DJ Creator, representing the Heat DJs. Time to transform.
Late beats, this go crazy.
DJ Creator, bringing that heat.
DJ Creator.
Don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. The weather stay the same, but a lot of things change. How can I complain? Every day's a new day. So don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. The weather stay the same, but a lot of things change. Like, how can I complain when every day's a new day? Every day is a new day, so I'ma ball hard and I ain't talking 2K. I be in the stew like vegetables, I got the juice, ayy. Gotta learn to love yourself, they won't love you like you, ayy. I used to be complaining, and now I get on beats and get producers placements. I gave my heart away and now that place is vacant. My heart is gone and somehow I still feel it aching. But everything's gonna be all good, cause I know I got me, and that's all I need. Cause at the end of the day, I'm a mud baby, and it's just me and the team. And this ain't just about me, this is about you too. Cause you're just like me, and I'm just like you. And at the end of the day, we gon' see things through. Oh God. But everything's gonna be all good, cause I know I got me. But everything's gonna be all good, cause I... Look. It's like if you give your heart away, then you gon' learn the harder way. Cause they gon' break your heart, then they gon' take your heart real far away. And if you ever feel away, just know that I'm gon' call away. But if I don't pick up, it's cause I'm ballin' hard like Hardaway. They talk about me every day, but they don't ever talk this way. They talk to Dre, get happy, count his money after math, I feel like Dr. Dre. Don't listen to them demons in your head, that's what the doctor said. I think his name was Dr. J. I'ma put Larry in the bar with some hot tub, just to ease my mind, my heart gone, I know it's not close. I should've never shared my chips cause it was not chose. Now I'm on the road, ducking the lawn, dodging potholes. I remember they ain't let me in like they was not home, so I was out there posted on that block right by the house. I done learned so many things just from coming up from that mud. They done took my heart away, now it's really hard to love. Don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. They said they'll stay the same, but a lot of things change. How can I complain? Every day's a new day. So don't you ever give your heart away, cause I promise you gon' need it on that rainy day. They said they'll stay the same, but a lot of things change. How can I complain? Every day's a new day. Be all good, cause I know I got me, and that's all I need. Cause at the end of the day, I'm my baby, and it's just me and the team. And this ain't just about me, this is about you too. Cause you're just like me, and I'm just like you. And at the end of the day, we gon' see things through. Oh God.
Drop that heat, baby.
Do you love yourself, but do you love yourself enough for both of us?
DJ Creator, bringing that heat.
Do you know yourself for that to be enough? Every conversation going left fast, going through my phone. count it as enough. Put it on faces, but you're beautiful. Where's your confidence? You need more of it. You can love yourself, I'ma get back. Baby, tell the truth, how you get like that? How can you really love me? Looking so good, girl, you on the vibes. You're the only reason that I'm up all night. Do you love yourself, or do you love yourself enough for both of us?
DJ created track that, damn it.
Do you know yourself, want that to be enough? Do you love yourself, or do you love yourself enough for both of us? Do you know yourself, or do you know yourself, want that to be enough?
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with Heat DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
HEATMIX96FM, hottest radio syndication live streaming network. That was AVO Dre from Mud Baby Records in the beginning there with Blurred Lines, Hardaway. And up second we had Simeon representing HEATMIX96FM in Atlanta, Georgia with Love Yourself. I want to hear first what AVO thought of Simeon. Then I want to go to Christian L about both of these tracks. What did you think about Simeon, AVO? Because I know you used to do the review show. We ain't going to blast them yet. But I want to know what you thought with your expertise in doing music reviews. What did you think of Simeon Fuse Love Yourself?
I think Simeon's a good singer, man. I think he could put a song together good. It had a good vibe. I want to hear another song from Simeon. I want to hear some more stuff that he got. You know what I'm saying? You can.
I got two times. I got from him too. I could play it as well. So I
want to hear something that he thinks that I'm gonna want to hear after hearing me. You know, I want to hear. But you can't even judge. You can't really judge off of one song. You can, you can. But me, I want to hear something else. I want to see if there's a consistency.
I do have a second track from him, but if you had to rate this one on a rate from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I'll give this John like an 8.
8, okay.
Solid.
Okay.
Solid 8. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
I felt like I needed some high pitches in there. I needed him to turn up in that joint. I needed him to do some high vocals because he's down here.
Okay.
And that's cool, Now, after a certain while, you got to hit that higher octave on him and really put that pain out in there and cry out on that bitch a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that joint would have been like, take him for a ride.
All right. Well, I want to play 2 times next after we go to Christian L for both of the songs that we just did. Okay. I appreciate you, AVL. Then
it was a good song. Definitely good song. He's a great singer. I want to hear something else now.
Yeah, I got you. I got 2 times for you. I got it queued up. But let's go to Christian L, the R&B Ruger, and what he thought about AVO Dre's Hardaway, Blurred Lines. What do you think of the first one?
Thought it was a damn good song, man. Wow. Listen, I'm glad that I was right. I'm glad that I was right. The brother got talent. The brother has talent. First off, let me say the production on the track was the first thing that hit me, right? And I would say why? Because I listen to music differently now as an artist, right? A lot of time frames when people are sending in tracks, the tracks are extremely raw, right? And while raw tracks...
I get that a lot. You're right about that. Send us rough draft and let's see what they think, right?
And with those raw tracks, a lot of people aren't ready to receive the criticism that comes with sending in a raw track, and then they find themselves discouraged when they get honest feedback that the sound quality may not have been there, and it keeps people from fully being able to dig into your track. But what I can say is AVL Dre was not playing with it.
Right.
The boy was not playing with it.
Don't
He
play with that
studio
boy,
equipment to use. He's not playing with it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Don't play with it.
Listen,
I love that.
But at the end of the day, you can't judge me off of just one song. You gotta hear another one.
Listen, I understand totally, right? You may not be able to judge an artist off of one song, but you can judge a direction. You can judge a direction, right? Because the reality is that oftentimes
you don't got another chance to you got one chance. You got that one chance.
Get another chance, right?
You better have something hit. And if they want something else, you better have something else to hit. So you better have another one and 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 another one. And it just keep going. Because you don't want them to be like, all right, maybe he just got 3 or 4 or 5. Nah, like to be honest, I'm sitting on 106 songs now. And we only dropped 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? We only dropped 2 of them. And
I'm proud of you because I love when I hear stuff like that, right? When, as an artist, right? Well, one always tell brothers to get to your vinyls, right?
Right.
So that you're able to recognize your sounds and where all your sounds come from, right? So that you know sampling from or anything else of the sort. But when you talk about having the music, I'm talking about literally being able, when people say I'm in my bag.
Oh, wow.
I'm in my bag. So we're talking 1,831 songs completed.
Yes, sir.
Completed.
That's why 104 ain't nothing. And I'm already knowing that. Because 104 ain't nothing. I'm already knowing that. So I'm still working. 104 is just something for just to give them just. So 104 is just, you know what that's going to go.
What I've heard so far, and
is absolutely
it's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Great quality. It was a damn good song.
Myself. I sit here and do the mixing myself. I'm in the studio right now. See what we got? Oh, we got the Apollo Twin interface at the Mac Joint. I could take you into the booth right here. You know what I'm saying? There's times where literally I record myself. I'll go from right here back over here, go back over here, and I sit down and at the end of the night or the next day, however I'm feeling, and mix that joint down. On the Pro Tools, I just bought the Manny EQ, the Manny American Pack Signature Series. I just bought that. It was on sale for $70. So I just bought it, and that joint right there, oh my God. So yeah, you know, we working, and we just keep working. Keep working. 1,000 songs is amazing.
So Christian L, if you had to rate this track 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I'm giving this song an 8.9, right? And here's why it's an 8.9. Because it's not the song that he would have played.
100.
Right. The song that he would have played, in my opinion, resonates a little bit differently. But sound quality wise, amazing. Lyrics, great, right? The way the song itself was formatted is in a position where it's automatically radio ready and ready to go.
That's what I said.
Also, sonically, you sound like music of right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but you separated yourself enough within the midst of it for someone to be able to identify that, oh, that's a Dre track, right? Instead of that's little such and such, or, you know, never knowing who's who in the process. So I like that I can listen to your voice and hear you. Right? I'm also going, and for the people that are listening, make sure that you have performance tracks. Make sure that you have performance tracks. And when I say performance tracks, if you don't know what a performance track is, that is a track that does not have your verses sitting there, just your ad-libs. Because people do not pay money to come in and watch you lip sync.
Right, they want to hear you do
you
it.
have, you know, they need to be able to hear you do it. And if your vocal filter is extremely different from the way that you sound live, then you're not you.
Yeah.
You're your creation. So
100.
if you are going to be using a vocal filter, make sure that either your voice is able to resonate with that live, or that during the midst of your live shows that you have come prepared to make sure that your microphone is already set so that you sound like your record. Yeah. Otherwise, you are doing yourself as an artist a great disservice. But song popping, it's about to go on my. Send that to me.
All right.
Send that to me.
All right.
Definitely. All right. So the
second song?
The second track was Simeon. It was called "Love Yourself."
The song was a vibe, man. The song was a vibe. I felt like the only area that the song lacked in, and this is just the critique of someone who used to sang, right? Is very similar to what Dre's critique was, is that the song was so melodic that if you get stuck in one pitch and you never take it up, then you kind of leave us hanging. And so you're able to take us where that style of song could fully go. But beyond that, I mean, that's the only, constructive criticism that's there. Show us your full vocal range, right? But beyond that, the song was put together well. The musicality of the song, right on point. There's some content. It's rider music, right? Because anybody can find a party track. But the reality is that after you come out the club, we cruising, and you gotta, when you have a song that you can vibe to, for those people that are 420 friendly, when you have a song that you can vibe to, roll up, grab your bong, grab your hookah, grab whatever it is that you grab in order to bring yourself to a space of personal peace. That's the type of song that you want to hear right there. That's the song that you want to hear for your day parties. That's the song you want to hear around the ladies, right? But the thing that's going to be missing from it is that the ladies are also listening and wondering where your pitch is going to go up at. Because women are the number one consumers of music.
That's correct.
And if you are going to be an R&B artist at that, you're going to need to show them something in order for them to hold on to you.
Yeah. You got to freak it.
Okay. So if you had to rate it, scale 1 to 10, what would you give it?
About an 8. It wasn't an OVO Dre. I'm saying the AVO Dre. That was a hard track to follow. He had a hard track in front of him.
Okay. So I would like to play a second one from Simeon, and a second one, if you don't mind, from AVO Dre.
Round 2.
So I would like to see if. Do you have time for 2 more, or I don't know what you're
let's get it. I'm in the trenches.
All right, cool. All right. So we're going to play 2 times, and then we're going to play Past Another Level. It's the one I selected. Is that the one you would have picked, AVO?
Go ahead. You play his song. I'll pick the next song. If I don't hit you with another song, because Past Another Level, that's a good joint.
Past Another Level, that's a good one. Okay, cool. Because I had that one linked up. But let's play 2 times, and we'll go for second round of music here. Let's take a listen.
Banging on your radio box, it's the Ferrari Transformer, DJ Creator, representing the Heat DJs. Time to transform.
Play Sub-Zero. Nah, Sub-Zero's too quick.
Creator.
Do you wanna eat? Would you put that on me? Girl, it's alright. Pull up and you'll see. I ain't none of them niggas up in this club. Forget about the foreplay. Take off your clothes. Do it all day. Have you screaming, oh, put it on me. Nobody knows. I ain't playing, little baby, I beat it up. Let's have a party, I'm feeling all on your body. Tell me, baby, won't you swing my way? We gon' be naughty, the rhythm all on your body. Won't you want that ass all on me? Pull out and get, I don't miss. Tell me, baby, what you thought it was, yeah. So come on, baby, let me take you home. That's where the real party is, yeah. Let me hit it 2 times. Do you wanna eat? Would you put that on me? It's alright. See, I ain't none of them niggas up in this club. Forget about the foreplay. Take off your clothes. Do it all day. Have you screaming, oh, put it on me. Nobody knows. I ain't playing, little baby, I beat it up. Pull up, baby, don't waste no time. Take off your clothes. I wanna see you try angles. Yeah, it's a party for just you and me. Unless you want the 3, then you can bring a friend and we can get it in. But it's just me, you, and Hennessy. Would you let me hit it 2 times? Do you wanna eat? Would you put that on me? Girl, it's alright. Then you'll see. I ain't none of them niggas up in this club. Forget about the foreplay. Take off your clothes. Do it all day. Have you screaming, oh, put it on me. Nobody knows. I ain't playing, little baby, I beat it up.
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
DJ Creator.
Think that we could do it, then we did. This right here, I've been dreaming since I was a kid. I just passed another level, feel like I'm on squid. All I know is before I'm gon' really live. When they counted me out, I ain't counting me shit. But I still got in, fuck you and all of your friends. Now we on some different shit. Ever since I was a kid, they told me I was different. I ain't see it clearly like I had to get my vision fit. I know some people that just got cold, I wish they did it. I know a couple of niggas that told, I wish they did it. And if you thinking I'm gonna fold, you must be tripping. I knew this was one of them before I even got to get rich. I remember I had to move that dog food so he could eat. They left him home, sitting alone every day of the week. Now he get paid to do his shit and everyone watching see. They ain't think that I was gonna pass, now they wanna copy me. I was all the way in the back, now they wanna follow me. I put a whole lot of time into it, that's how it gotta be. If it wasn't for my brothers, I feel like I wouldn't have a thing. If it wasn't for my mother, all of this wouldn't be happening. We ain't have heat for weeks, so we gon' put ice up on our wrist. We ain't have no cheat sheet, we got this shit off taking them risks. Now I ball like cancer, niggas gon' hate, can't stand it, damn it. I put bread in the pantry, niggas can't even put bread on a sandwich. A couple people in here, they got scared, they wasn't ready to take off. Either way, I'ma give it my all, this here to play off. We from the field, so it's like all we know is play ball. And we just wanna ball. They ain't think that we could do it, then we did. This right here, I've been dreaming since I was a kid. I just passed another level, feel like I'm on squid. All I know is before I'm gon' really live. They ain't think that we could do it, then we did. This right here, I've been dreaming since I was a kid. I just passed another level, feel like I'm on squid. All I know is before I'm gon' really live.
You're tuned in to the hottest radio syndication live streaming network, HEATMIX96FM, with DJ Zone, DJ Creator.
DJ Creator, bringing that heat.
All right, so we are back. All right, so we are back. Dope tracks from both artists. I'm not gonna say too much. Let me just take it.
Right, I ain't gonna lie. I sent you one to the email, but it was too late.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, that's one you ain't even got. That joint was just too gas. I forgot to even.
It says play this. Okay, yeah, I'll put it on. I'll put it on the next mix show though. It's gonna go up. I'm gonna say that for my bag. That's my little bag. That's my doggy bag. You know what I'm saying? That's my little.
Yeah, that was a good joint.
Yeah. What'd you think of Simeon's 2 times?
Simeon's 2 times. That joint was better than the first one. The only thing I would really say for real. Well, I got probably 2 things to say, a couple things. So as an engineer, there was some engineering things that I got to speak about. Like the auto-tune there was no flex tune on the auto-tune. Now the auto-tune got the top knob. I forget what the top knob is called, but the bottom knob is called flex tune. So when you use the flex tune, what that does is the auto tune is going to transition your vocal real heavy. That's what's going to give it it automatically transitions from this pitch to this pitch instead of it going down into it. So the flex tune is going to flex it. It's going to curve it down instead of having it hit like completely 2 different notes. So they need to fix the flex tune. They need to add some flex tune. I'll probably put I'll probably put like 15 on the flex tune because it goes up to like 100 or some shit. So I'll probably put like 15, no cap. Probably put like 15. So it has that little bend so the auto tune's not hitting so hard. And then another thing is like for that track, you need some telephone voice type of ad libs, or you need a voice of you like in the telephone voice, like maybe some dubs, a dub layer or ad lib layer. Probably definitely an ad lib layer with the telephone voice, and especially at the end. And there's spots where like you can one knob the beat, put the beat on a filter where it muffles the beat and it brightens your vocal, and you can have like the ad lib in the phone voice, and you could be singing the melody in the phone voice, and that shit just gonna resonate, and you'll come back in that main vocal. So just a couple things like that, you know. Definitely the auto tune was hard. Like if the auto tune had that flex tune on it where it wasn't hitting so hard, it would definitely sound a whole lot pleasing, a whole lot more pleasing on the ear.
Okay, so
but it was a great.
So he actually just said that's actually not the original one that he sent me in the beginning there. So it was actually a reference track. He accidentally sent to me that time. So the original one is flexibly. The original one was flexed properly. So I see what you're saying. Okay.
Okay.
So
well, I respect it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
so what would you give
I was
it?
right. I'll give that joint. Give that joint like a solid like. We could do the 8.75.
Yeah, you could do 8.75. Yeah,
8.75. I think that was a good joint. I think with his vocals and shit, he could go way crazier. He could come up with a song that's going like really hit different. Like I feel like,
working on.
You know what I'm saying? And I know he's working. Yeah, I know he's working. He probably already got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's not it, because that shit gonna hit, and it hits. You know what I'm saying? But I know, like when I hear
if I can collectively as a Heat DJ use my transformer power and get all 3 of you guys together on a collaboration, that would be fucking dope. You know, that would
be insane. Yeah. I could definitely, if me and him would make a song, it'll be a hit song, because that's how I work. I work just like how Christian works. You know what I'm saying? If me and Christian make a song, it's gonna be a hit song, and that's how it's gonna be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody I do a song with, it's gonna be one of their best songs. That's how I feel like, because what we're gonna come up with together is gonna be so beautiful. It's gonna be one of your best songs, guaranteed.
I'm with it. Again. All right. Thank you, AVO Dre.
And it's gonna be one of my best songs too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the Heat DJ stamp on it, and then we're just gonna make it official. Y'all was on the Heat. You, Christian L, and Simeon was all on the Heat DJ's conference call tonight. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to transform this bitch. We're gonna make it happen this year. So Christian L, what did you think first of? Let's talk about AVO's Past Another Level. It was the second track, and then we'll talk about Simeon's second one as well.
Track was fire. And here's the thing, I'm in here listening to it on studio speakers, right?
Right.
I'm getting the full experience of the song, and you're able to tell that the brother really knows his craft, right? Because I'm listening and watching it echo in, echo out, bounce out at the right time.
Yeah.
And Listen, you was on there talking.
Yes, sir.
You was on there talking,
Yeah.
and I like that because a lot of time frames, brothers that have a similar rhyme pattern often aren't saying anything.
Yeah, they're not saying much.
They're not saying next to nothing. And
I feel like
they're talking.
I feel like every bar is a quote. You could quote every bar. You know what I'm saying? If you're not making every bar quotable and you just put bars in that I can't put bars in my music anymore.
Filler.
I used to be able to do that. I used to put fillers in. I can't do that anymore. It's just not even in my DNA anymore to do that. Like everything gotta hit and everything gotta resonate. I freestyle that shit. It's all freestyle. You know what I'm saying? But I punch in. I know how to manipulate. I know the format. I know the industry format. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that was taught to me either. It's something that I developed and put 2 and 2 together, and this is how they do it. They freestyle, they punch in. And you gotta, it's not just freestyle and punching in. Proper mic stance, proper mic placement, where you're at. You can't be moving around. You gotta come in with the same energy. You gotta be able to have the same energy as that same bar. Whether you're switching the flow, you gotta know when to switch the flow. You gotta know about your syllables and the lines and how to manipulate syllables. And, you know, everything gotta hit. You gotta know everything. The tempo, every time I hear a beat, tempo is inside of me. Like the metronome is in me. Like I hear the metronome without the metronome being there. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point where I can almost tell you the BPM of the beat. I can almost do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there. So I already know the bop. So I already know how to ride the beat. I can ride it in different ways where they're similar. I could ride it this way, switch the flow to this way, then switch it again. They're all different flows, but it flows together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could take them on that ride. I could take you on that ride. You want to go on that ride? Let's go on that ride. You want to cruise and you want to really cruise and experience something? Like put me on and just drive around and turn that shit up and enjoy yourself. And I make music for people because I'm the voice for people who can't say things for themselves. There's people that feel certain ways and want to say certain things, and I'm the voice for them. You know what I'm saying? Like no cap. Like when I talk about it's really we. I'm talking about we, because what I go through, I know a lot of people been through that shit or they've been through worse. So everything I say is gonna be relatable. It's gonna relate. It's gonna relate to not just one genre or one brand. I'm talking about real life shit. They didn't think that I was gonna pass. Now they want to copy me. Like this is real talk. I was all the way in the back. Now they want to follow me. This is real shit that's going on. Like this is real life events. Like they didn't think that we could do it. Then we did. This right here, I've been dreaming since I was a kid. I just passed another level. Feel like I'm on Squid. Like all I know is before I'm gonna really live. When they counted me out, I ain't counting in shit. But I still got in. Fuck you and all of your friends. Now we on some different shit. Ever since a youngin', man, I knew. Come on, man. Like it's all shit that's gonna resonate. Like this is real shit. I know you feel it. It's real. Like you can't tell me that that's not how you feel. And if you don't feel like that, then you're a different breed. I don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's designed for you to feel it. It's designed the way I sing it, the way I deliver it, the vibrations is gonna go into your soul and commit. It's gonna create a connection. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, damn, that shit felt crazy. You know what I'm saying? You listening to it, you listen to the vibrations, you set it, the echoing, the delay, how I set the delay and how I set the reverbs and how I level the shit. Like it's designed for it to hit you in a whole different level. I'm not just making music for like a hobby or anything. Like this shit for real. Like I'm really expressing myself in a way where people are gonna feel it. A lot of people anybody can express themselves, but can you express yourself in a way that people are gonna feel it and it's gonna resonate and they can take something from that song? Everything gotta have a purpose to it. Pass another level, harder way, studio motions, better than nobody. The one he got right there. Sometimes somebody's better than nobody. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is deeper than everything that you can even imagine. So even when I'm recording engineer too, I record artists. Like it's hard for me to just let an artist record anything that he wants when he come into this facility right here, this environment, Two-Lit Studios. We're not having nobody walk out of here with some bullshit and so they could go show people, they be like, oh, where you record that? Two-Lit Studios. Nah, I'm going, like, I'm an A&R. I do this A&R shit. Like, I'm literally an engineer, artist, and A&R. Because when I'm engineering people, I'm structuring the whole shit for them. If they don't got no structure, I'm telling yo, bro, you got to hit that again. You can hit that way better. Let's do it again. And I'm right there with them, like, nah, I see the potential, nigga. So if you coming in here making a song, I'm going to make sure that everything on point. I'm going to teach you the process on how to do it. I'll be giving niggas a format, no cap. You know what I'm saying?
It's
and
the big D word.
Why not?
Discipline.
You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? But not everybody deserves the format. That's what I need to learn. You know what I'm saying? So now it's on some shit where, like, all right, you book a session. We do sessions for $75 an hour, right? So now it's like, if you want a session where I'm going to be helping you and coaching you and giving you the format and the sauce, it's going to be $150 an hour. If you want the regular session, you could do $75 an hour. I'll let you record it or lay it down and bang, you know what I'm saying? Put a nice little calm, little light mix so you don't got all that ass background noise you doing in there and shit, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But other than that, like, that's how I got to move now. You know what I'm saying? Because what I got is special. And I can't just be teaching niggas the game. But it's mad hard because the type of nigga I am, it's hard to just let a nigga do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be so involved in everything, like, especially if I'm sitting here engineering it. Because I've been in studios where niggas just let you record whatever. They don't give a fuck. Niggas want that bread, and they'll clock you in at this time. I went to a industry studio where fucking YK Osiris been at, fucking Creed. They got Creed plaques in there. Plush Studios in Winter Springs, Florida. We booked. They were charging $100 an hour. They booked it. When we went in, as soon as we got in there, the time started. Mind you, we didn't load the beat up. We didn't do nothing. We got to introduce ourselves and all that. And them niggas had it on the time. Right? At that time, it was that time. We booked 5 hours. Niggas wasn't 1 minute over. Yo, yeah, it's over. The time's over. You know what I'm saying? And we had to pay that for shit, $500. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
And like, I noticed, like, man, that shit lame as hell. So if them niggas is doing that for $100 an hour, and I'm doing all of this, man, my price gotta be up. My price gotta go all the way up.
Yeah, you heard Fat Joe. Yesterday's price is not today's price, man.
Yo, for real.
I just said that the other day, that yesterday's prices is not today's prices. It's just
not at all. Not at all. And
what do
you have a format and a discipline to the way that you handle it.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna take you every place that God has laid out for in front of you, man. Your music is excellent, right? And the fact that you actually know your craft. That's like, you remember movies like Drumline, where you have people that are talented, but you don't know your craft, right? Yeah. And so it's like, if you don't know how to read music, but you can hop on the drums, that's amazing. However, there's going to come a point where you run into a wall. And then what are you going to do when you are trying to rely on everyone else in order to get a process done that you should know? That's why I've never understood artists who have been artists for 10, 15 years, but they've never gotten behind the boards once.
Yeah, 100.
You know what I'm saying? And, as long as you're stuck relying on other people, you can call yourself independent if you want to.
Yeah, but you're not.
But you're not. You're not. You are dependent upon the process and all the other aspects to it, just in the middle of creation.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I want to record, and if I used to want to record, I had to call my engineer and, take him out of whatever he's doing in his life. You know what I'm saying? Even though, we on the same team, he still got his own life. And, I'm taking that man out. It got to a point you can't do that. You gotta learn it. So I gotta sit there and learn it, and I gotta play with it.
Take the time to learn. But you also have to be mindful of the fact of one key word, and I was taught this by Miss Fearless herself, and that was outsource. Right? The things that you no longer do well yourself, or think you do well, and you receive enough critiques and you find out that you're not doing it well, you probably need to listen to the people around you. There was a time frame where I used to sing every hook that I wrote myself. And then I realized sonically I wasn't in the same space anymore. And I was like, I also didn't want to use certain vocal filters where I wouldn't be able to replicate that sound on the fly.
Right.
So because of that, instead it was, outsource. And look, your track sounded amazing. I loved it in this space. I know that it's going to knock in the car, and I'll be playing it in the morning. So for me, straight up and down, 9.378461271. Yeah, my boy is over here doing it. Now for the other track.
Yep. For Simeon Fuse, 2 times.
Look, to my brother Simeon, even if you're on right now, and I hope that you are on.
Yeah, we do apologize for taking so long.
Listen, you are a damn good artist, right? You are over here making quality music. The issue is presentation of the music. My first thought when I heard the song was, is this a reference track? So to be able to get some context behind it, to find out like it actually is, it made more sense, right? 2, I'm going, the track actually sounded like all someone did was hit slow pan, back, forth, and that was the only thing used. So because of it, there were certain portions in the song where the brother is singing, and in the middle of that shift to the right, you actually lose some of the vocals, and you are unable to get the full quality of the song. But I can tell you that at like the 27-second mark into the song, it started popping. The song started popping. You definitely had me. You definitely had me bopping over here. I was like, yo, this song is pretty damn good. I wish that this was cleaned up, because it sounds like this brother is making probably damn good music. And if he was performing this in front of me, I knew for sure, like have you ever had the artist where their live sound is better than their recorded presentation?
Yeah, 100.
Right?
You could just feel that shit.
I feel like that's what's happening here, right? Where you can tell that the brother is making damn good music, but needs some additional help in the production side, because it's different. It's entirely different when you're rapping than when you're singing, right? Entirely different. The raw quality tracks are acceptable when you're rapping, because sometimes that's what we want to hear. But raw quality singing tracks don't work out well when you begin to add your filters to it and anything else, because we hear more of the imperfections than the perfections.
Right.
But I do know that that's a damn good song, and I want to hear it again. I would love to hear that cleaned up version of it. So for me right now, I'm going to leave that song at about an 8.2, because I can hear the potential in it. I know exactly where the song is going, or where it should be at. But because I'm hearing it from production value, I'm like, damn, this song is going to be so damn good as soon as he does this, and this, and this.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Look, Brother Simeon, it also sounds like you're pretty damn good on a hook.
Yeah, for sure.
What's good?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
What's good? We got streams to get together, sir.
Yeah.
We got streams to get together. Don't run from this. Please do not take my review as negativity, because I think that you're a damn good artist, an extremely good artist.
If I could pull off a DJ Khaled and get Simeon, AVO, and you on a track.
That's the thing.
I'll scream another one.
It's the production. It's the engineer. It all comes down to like the engineer and the artist not knowing certain things that he should do on that track or could do on that track. Some artists just don't know what they could do, what they're capable of. So it really comes down to the engineer to be able to hear that, or an A&R or somebody who can guide him into making that track what it really could be. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when it comes to doing dubs and ad-libs and placement. Placement is a big thing. You gotta have an intro, you gotta have your hooks, verses, and a bridge, however you want to place it, and you gotta have an outro. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a complete song. And through the song, it has to have certain levels of of things. Like for instance, as soon as the first hook come on, it's not gonna be dubbed up like the second hook's gonna be. The hook's gonna be dubbed up more on the second hook to add that depth and that heaviness. And you know, there's just certain things that need to be done in order to hit those things. And I personally am saying this because I personally feel like I am very in tune with that side of things and how to structure music. I feel like I structure all my music very well. And it just provides a very nice ride. Like I have music where like, man, it just crescendos. It crescendos and then it'll stop. And then it'll just leave you. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, damn.
So
Like, damn.
Simeon just said there's no such thing as a negative review in quotations.
100.
It's a lesson. So yeah.
Yeah, you
Listen, Simeon. Those are the words that every artist actually looks for when you're looking to work with other people, right?
Yeah.
Because you have some people that are unable to
understand
to hear
that.
the message and what you're trying to share with them, and they become defensive of their work because sometimes your work is very, very personal, right? It's coming from different spaces, and you may not be able to receive the words that are coming to you because someone else can see or hear potential in something that you yourself may not have been able to fully get to yet, but they can hear it inside of you. So look, my brother, keep pushing. You definitely have my support. And like I said, if you already know that sitting on the screen right now, you have somebody who is amazing with production. Sitting on the screen right now, you got the DJ creator in the building, letting you know that that's someone to push your music. And you got the best in Jersey when it comes to these bars right now. Sitting here, the process of this is collaboration. Right?
Yeah. I'll set it all up. I'll make sure that something gets into a motion somehow, some way that we all
because DJ Creator's gonna do his A&R work because he an A&R too. Bow, talk that shit.
Yeah, I had no idea I was doing A&R work, to be honest with you.
Could you believe that? Christian? He had no idea he was doing A&R work.
I was just, you know.
Hey, listen, isn't this the process of relationship building? Right?
Yes, sir.
And
learning, right?
You know,
learning in the best way.
People that are out there listening right now, right? This whole business is based upon relationships.
Right, and that's a fact.
Life itself is already based upon relationships, but this right here is truly based upon relationships.
Yep.
Because when you say you're going to do something and then you disappear, when you become committed to a project and then you become distant, you know, when there's a lack of communication, when people work to create opportunity for you and you don't have a thank you, you don't make sure to give that shout out to each sponsor, to each person who is actively pouring into you to help create these opportunities, that's what messes up the game. That's what messes up the game within itself, man, because the game has changed, right? The gatekeepers that kept you from being able to really have the opportunity to showcase your talent aren't really there anymore, right? So now it's, well, the gatekeepers are removed, so it's upon me. So it's, who are you, right?
Yeah.
Are you humble enough to come to the table and listen? Are you poised enough to be prepared to be when it's time to go? Are you ready to go? And I think you're ready to go, brother. I think you're ready to go. It sounds like you got a mean pen. You got a voice that resonates. So now let's use it, man. Put that thing all the way to work and get you to the space where you need to be, because you got a song that sounds damn good. Damn good. And I can tell you that if it lands in the right playlist, if it lands in the right space.
So imagine if you knew I had 40 of those. like 40 of them that you feel like that, and some are better than others. Like we got the 9.3. I got a 9. You gave that a 9.3. If that's a 9.3, I know I got 10s on 10s for you. Like that's how I'm feeling. Like, and I know you're gonna take my word for it, because you know I'm not playing around with this shit.
Listen, I know you're not playing around.
So let's say I got 40 of them, because for sure I do got 40 of them. So could we do something?
So then that means that you're no longer shooting for the clouds. It means you're shooting for the stars and hope that you land on a cloud in case things get rough, right?
Shooting for the stars, just past the moon. I'm on a mission.
Yeah, you know, like that right there. That's the keys to the game, man. This dedication.
Yeah, so let's get it, man. Let's get it. However we can, let's go.
I'm glad.
I appreciate you for believing in me. Creator, I appreciate you for believing in me. Man, I believe in y'all. You know what I'm saying? We just met and it's already locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's locked in. Like what y'all got to offer feels like what I got to offer. Something amazing, something great. More beautiful than nothing. No price can get put on what we have to offer. And I appreciate that. And I'm thankful, grateful.
Absolutely.
For sure.
But I want to say thank both of you guys for coming on, because, you know, this was great, and this was just a good opportunity, and I wanted to give it to Christian L, R&B Ruger, because getting 10s across the board, I wanted to do an interview with him today. He actually won twice in a row, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to bring him on the Heat DJ's conference call, and I just invited you guys to come on. I told Simeon he was coming on because he has the 10s across the board as well. So that's what this is all about. This is about, like you said, a relationship. So, Christian L, if you want to, give your shout-outs and everything to everybody, let everybody know how they can follow you, where they can follow you on networking and stuff like that, your social media and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So, listen, America, it's your boy, Christian L, the R&B Ruger. You can find me on IG at PinAmazing. And said you can find me on Apple Music, streaming across all platforms. But in particularly for artists, where we make our money at, Apple plays the highest. Deezer pays the second highest. Spotify, it's time for you to respect us as artists, right? And what I can tell you as an artist is if you follow me, you can know for sure that I follow you back and I pay attention to you. I want to know your music. I want to know who you are, and hope that we get the opportunity to work together. I give a big shout out to General So, because without you, this process does not happen. A big shout out to my brother, Black Santa. You are an amazing artist, a man of God, and I appreciate you more than you know. To Wise McGriff, thank you for everything that you've been to me. And said to my son's mother, thank you for pushing me even harder. To my son, Justice, I love you, my son. Thank you for stepping into my world. You've helped mold and craft me into the man that I am today. To my pastor, Winton Dunham, you know my life's trials and tribulations. Thank you for your prayers. To everybody who knows what I'm dealing with in the background, I want to say, making it through the 2 hours of this interview was hard.
It was about it is 2 hours on this.
Yeah.
2 hours and 12 minutes. We said a half hour. It's 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Yes, but what I can say is I thank everybody for every prayer. I thank you all for listening and resonating with me on this song, asking for help. And I do encourage you to go listen to the rest of Veranda of My Life, which is currently on Apple Music right now and across all streaming platforms. And hitting early summertime will be Veranda of My Life Volume 2, Victim of Circumstance. And the first single to debut from that was a song called Blessings with Federo. And the second was Asking for Help. Also on that album will be Faith Evans, Adam Levine, Jack Harlow. And, you know, we're really pushing right now. So I am in just a blessed position as an artist, but even more as a blessed position as a man. So I thank you, DJ Creator, AVO Dre, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I can't wait to go on ahead and start listening, my brother. And I'll definitely be hollering you back.
Yeah, man.
And, to everybody who is poured into this career from, Tisha Flowers, love you. Candace, love you. To Kyle Michaels, who directed this video. Listen,
we'd like to play it for you again as we go out and everything like that. I actually got a second play here for you for an encore out. And I actually do know what you're going through in the background, man. And I got to tell you, man, that, I pray for you every day, that it just, things go away. I'll be honest with you. Things just go away sometimes. So I just want it to go away for you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
My father suffered on the same thing as you. That's why it's very, very painful for me to. Yeah. Yeah.
Our life's journeys, man. But we stand up and.
So yeah, we got to make history, brother. We got to put the history marks now. You know what I'm saying? We got to put it up, brother. But AVO, Dre, you want to give your shout outs, and we're gonna. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Christian L. Come back on the review show, man. I want you to come back on the panel anytime you want to come. You got a seat anytime. It's open and available anytime you want to come. We usually go on like Sundays and Mondays. Sometimes it's Monday, Tuesdays. It all depends because everybody's schedule is different. You know what I mean? So we try to work around schedules. But I'll let you know when we're getting ready to go live, and I'll send you an invite.
Absolutely appreciate that.
But yeah, thanks for coming on for this interview tonight, man. It meant so much to me to have you on here. Pretty cool that we actually went from the Heat DJs conference call right into an interview. I was like, nah, man, let's just do the interview tonight, man. Let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But thank you for being here. AVO, Dre, go ahead and
First off, Christian, I just want to show you something. Just put a smile on his face one time. You know what I'm saying? Just put a smile on his face one time.
Be surprised. They can change your life.
Yeah, so, man, the shout-outs, it got to be a long list now. You set the bar, so it got to be a long list. Like, man, first, shout out to God. I just want to give thanks to God, because without God, I wouldn't even be in this position I am right now. That came a long way. And I'm sure we all been through a lot of things in our life where we shouldn't be here, but we are here because we should be here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful. Got to thank my big brother, Nick, man. Man, without Nick, I wouldn't be sitting right here either. I feel like, it's like, it goes hand in hand, he saved me. I came back from South Carolina. I didn't even have nowhere to go when I came back out here. My mom, she moved 5 hours away. I was out here stranded. So I lived in the studio, literally, you know what I'm saying? And he put up a whole argument with the people to keep me here. And everything, it just goes deeper than that, man. Like, super deeper than that. It's my brother for life. It's my dog, man. And we here, and we going up together, and we going to run it all the way up together. That's Stamp. He been around, seen a lot of people come and go. So my shout-out list ain't too long because I've seen a lot of people come and go, you feel me? But Nick definitely getting a shout-out. I want to give a shout-out to my producers, Giovanni Beats, man.
Yeah, shout out to Giovanni, man.
Shout out to Giovanni Beats, man. Shout out to Retro Beats. Shout out to V-Money. We got Nick Blar. We got Max Shooter. Shout out to Do Six. Shout out, who else we got on there? I know there's another one, my boy Laurent. Shout out to LeBron. So shout out to all my producers. Y'all know who y'all are, man. We got hit records together. I can't wait for us to put them out, and you guys can, we can just change our lives and change our families' lives and stuff, because that's what it's all about. Shout out to my mama, man. Big shout out to Mama Dukes, because she done held me down for 27 years now, and, that's like the only person that's been in my life for 27 years. I can't say the same for my father. My grandmother, I can say the same for them too, but my mother has really been there. So big shout out to her. Shout out to my brother DJ Creator. Just met him today. Feels like I know him for mad long, and I know I'm gonna know him for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Right.
Christian L, it's a blessing meeting you, my brother. I can't even fathom the fact, but off rip, before you even said anything, I felt your energy, and I knew that I fucked with you before you even said a word. You know what I'm saying? Just how you carry yourself, and Off rip, I had to compliment the hat. It's well done, you know what I'm saying? I respect it. Everything, the blazer is just, it's dope, bro. I respect it, So big shout out to you too, and hearing your story and getting to speak to you and share knowledge with you, and you listen to me and listen to my knowledge, and we just feed off of the energy that the universe is providing. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the universe. Shout out to the universe because, man, like, it's a beautiful thing. Today was just a beautiful day. I was a little late to get here, but when I got here, it was just up from there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing. Shout out to my brother J Fly, man. J Fly, you know what it is, man. Big shout out to J Fly. My brother Cashito, shout out to my brother Cash. Kaylin, that's my heart right there. You know what I'm saying? He's the only other person in the world with one of these chains. When I bought this pendant, I got him one too. You know what I'm saying? And we're the only ones with it. So that's my heart outside my chest. It got the black heart in it with the black SI diamonds because I had the Black Heart Gang review show I was doing. I was doing something similar to a DJ Creator guy going over. He on a whole nother level. But I was getting there. You know what I'm saying? So I know about this. I know how to treat people. I'm a good people person. So I want to give a shout out to all of my supporters, man, that stay rocking with me and that keep asking me when I'm going to drop because they're tired of listening to all the snippets. Man, I appreciate y'all, and I promise you, when we drop, it's going to be epic. It's going to be huge. It's going to be big. It's going to be everything y'all wanted. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep asking me. Dan, they keep telling me, I'm so mad that you didn't blow up yet. And I appreciate y'all being mad because that shows a lot that you're mad that I didn't blow up yet. That means you really care about the shit. And I just understand that everybody's time is different. You know what I'm saying? So I'm where I need to be. I'm where God has me right now. And I'm going to keep working and keep doing what I have to do. And God's going to take me to where I need to be. And that's just how it is. And my time is going to come. Just know that. So just stay tuned for the drops because we're going to drop crazy. We got 105 right now and a whole lot more coming. And we only put out 2 songs, so get ready because, you know what I'm saying, that's just how it's going to be. And I hope everybody else is working and doing what they got to do and putting out great music. And I hope I'm able to influence people to change the direction of their music, you know what I'm saying, into a more universal tone and a more universal sound because, I take music seriously. So I want if people are doing music, I want them to take it seriously too. Understand why people are even making music, understand the reason.
Well, Christianelle is right in Jersey, man. If we do something, the video's going to be dope because we can it's easy to do something. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you doing that, man.
Yeah. I hope you got like access to like places like this is a film studio I'm in. So we have a studio inside of a building full of like film production studios and stuff like that. So we definitely got
good to go.
Green screen, white screen, all type of wavy stuff over here.
Well, look, here's what I tell everybody. Like I said, this is about relationships. So look, my invitation is extended. You brothers are welcome to come on down here.
Yes, sir.
Look, come on down to the house. Let's sit down together, right? Where everybody can do these visual and virtual meetings. Look, I know that gas is $83 a teaspoon right now.
Yes, sir.
A teaspoon, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if everybody save up their $11, look, come on down.
Right.
I got the food, I got the drinks, and I got more than enough space for you in this big-ass house with these high-ass taxes. And, I said, come and let's build, sit back, eat some good food.
Yes, sir.
Let's
that Panamanian food, man. I don't know. I ain't never have it yet. I ain't never.
You know how to cook? You can cook, right?
I get busy in the kitchen.
I get busy too, man.
I've been a chef for 25 years, so we all getting busy.
Yo, y'all gotta let me cook y'all a steak then, man. I know y'all like y'all steak medium rare.
Oh shit!
Hey, listen, there's an outdoor kitchen out here that's waiting for you to hop on the grill too, boy. So it ain't about nothing. So I look forward.
But how do you know I like it medium rare? What the fuck is this shit? What the hell? How you know that shit?
Come on, you're not cooking for 25 years and you eat your steak anything more than medium rare. You might eat medium every now and then, but you'll be a little upset.
That's right. I'll be a little upset. You're right. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Medium. Yeah. I like a good medium. I like a perfect medium. A medium.
Yeah.
Medium.
I hit it.
Yeah, let's do it. Summertime's coming, man. We just vibe, man, and just get to work in, you know?
Look, that's that's the true essence of relationship building right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you can sit down in that same room, look at each other, feel each other's energy.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm all about, yo. I ain't even
You know
gonna
what I'm
lie,
saying?
like, and that
You
even
know.
goes down to like when I think about it, that even goes down to like this is way off topic, but it's like kind of on even relationships with like girls and stuff and meeting girls and stuff. Like, you know, nowadays like we're talking on a phone, texting for like how long, man? It feels like it'd be like a month, 2 months you texting, like, and girls be like I'm the type like, yo, I'm not about to invest all this time texting you when we're like literally within 10-minute driving distance. Why don't we just meet each other? Or even if we're 30 minutes away, why don't we just meet each other, like, and see if we even feel the vibe of being in front, face to face? Like how you know we texting, we could be anybody. I can meet you and you can not be anything I thought you was, and I could not like you, and I was just wasted all of that time. So it's like,
that's right.
Let's just get to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And run it up, because once you get to it, it's like, you know, if the energy is really like that, it's gonna be hard to let go of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what happens with. So
My number is in the chat, and the Addy will get in the chat too. And we just set up a good time frame to have the brothers over and be able to sit down,
we'll do it.
maintain, and really put together something good and build, man, because that's what it's always about. I thank all of y'all again.
Man, absolutely.
Shout out to HEATMIX96FM.
Shout out to HEATMIX96.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? As I said, without the Heat DJs, this process right now doesn't even happen. So I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Christine Cologne, who has reached out to me multiple times. I'm sorry if I haven't gotten back to you. I've been just processing life as a man, but I'm here and available for all conversation at this point. Shout out to Kim Curran and all of the people who have been not only supporting the music, but supporting the essence of existence as a man. I appreciate you. Thank you for every prayer. Thank you for every shout out. And I look forward to being able to build with y'all, man.
Yeah, for real, man. Absolutely, and likewise, man. So many shout outs. It's hard to shout everything out, right, man? So this, man, just everybody that's ever done anything positive for my life and negative for my life, because that made me who I am today. I just want to give y'all a genuine, sincere shout out for real. Like, I can't keep track of everybody's. So many people that's, you know, did they little things, like my posts when I post things, share my posts without me asking them. The people, especially the people that take videos of them with my music playing and post it without even tagging me, and I'm just scrolling through my story and I just click on somebody's random story and they playing my shit and I'm not even tagged. That's Joe, bro. Not many people in this world know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for those people as well. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
And I'll definitely make sure to share this live stream. And just my last shout outs would be to Holly Robinson Pete, who has Autism Foundation. Also to Viola Davis, who has reached out and really just gave great feedback on asking for help. And truly just each person that this song resonates with, I truly thank you for listening. And I hope that it continues to foster the conversation that so many of us need to have. To every parent that is out here right now on this journey, I understand you. I appreciate you. And I pray for you to continue to have the energy that we all need in order to deal with our creations. And to the families down in Texas right now that are going through what they're going through, listen, I pray with you. I hate that you're going through that. You know, I think things hit differently for me now as a parent. And, you know, I share in your grief, and I pray wholeheartedly that somehow God is able to bring you some sort of peace. And just know that we're all with you.
Amen.
All right,
on that note,
help me bring in the video when you Put in the last comments here.
Wait, 1 second. I'm sorry. 1 second. Hey, free my brother T and free my brother Tay. You heard? Yes, sir. And free all the real. Free the guys, man. RIP the fallen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Free Supreme McGriff.
Yeah. For real. Craig, man, let's get into this video. I'm excited.
Yeah, so I want to play Asking for Help as we go out. But if you'll go ahead and introduce it once again before we go out, man. And stay with us while we go off the air. I'll take you off the air with us, okay?
Absolutely. So, for the final time this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you this song that has been a life changer, dedicated to my son Justice, and dedicated to every family who's ever had to struggle within poverty. Christian L and Black Santa, Asking for Help.
All right, we appreciate you. Let's take a listen.
God bless me. God help me. I think I've been sad. Ooh, God bless me. God help me. I think I've been sad.
These are the prayers of a father who struggles with comprehension. I prayed for a healthy baby, the diagnosis autism. Hated every doctor, blamed them for the issues, anger so misguided. Questioning my son's mother, damn they got my house divided. Evacuating pain in my tears, I feel the disconnect. Reaching out for hugs, confusing his nose with disrespect. Buying all these toys, just looking for ways to interact. He'd rather be all by himself, it's really hard to stomach that. I'm so lost, cataloging smiles to starve the damn impatience. Hard to get support cause we don't trust nobody with our baby. He ain't talking yet, but he's smiling, no. I'm hella mad, my greatest blessing. Suffering perspectives coming from his dad. Nah, this is your fault. I prayed it never caused you struggle. Swallowed all your challenges, my son should never have to struggle. Feeling like Nadeska, my every day is a sudden struggle. Mother fight for babysitters, I'm fighting just to hear I love you. ABA, early intervention, that's the story now. Diagnosing not the destination, but I'm screaming how. Celebrating every first down, ignoring all the safeties, recouping any deficit they tried to lay upon my baby. Shedding tears, trying to finish verses, but it's getting harder. Amazing at my craft, but feeling subpar as a fucking father. On my knees, you listening, done praying for self. I need you now, you see me hurting, Lord. Asking for help, I'm asking for help.
You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please. A little nigga, grew up from the cracks in the pavement. I seen a lot of pain, I had my little mind racing. My mother said my brother wasn't coming back home. I didn't understand, I couldn't fathom what was wrong. My mother said, baby, you gotta have thick skin. When the world pin you down, you gotta get back up again. Poverty stricken, roach infested, I'm trying to level up. Sitting on the porch watching my girlfriend playing double dutch. Lot of things running through my mind. Thoughts of me dying, seeing my mom crying. Wishing I had wings so she could see her baby flying. I need y'all to feel me like a roar from a lion. My pops, he was trying, it's the thought that count. I couldn't blame him for me choosing my route. Running with the bad kids, grew up fast, quick. I wasn't trying to hear nothing, and you couldn't tell me shit. I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. You don't see me reaching up to you, I'm asking for help. You don't see me down on my knees, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please, I'm asking for help. Talk to me, answer me, please. Damn. Answer me, please.